Hello again, everybody, and welcome to 4-Star Chicago Sports. This is the Barely There podcast, and we have the Bears and the New York Football Giants on the lakefront. We're going to break that down, get into the X and O's. We're going to look at the one move the Bears made, some guys they brought in for tryouts, and also one important signing that I'm praying to God happens in the next couple of days. We'll get into all that right after this.
Windy City banners rocking 4 stars aligned. Dynasty dreams rise, Bulls in their prime. Cubs curse shattered, the victory divine. Fields be running, clock ticking on my timeline. Shot-town heroes, legends never fade. Black Hawks flying, cutting ice with the blade. White Sox diamonds, the Southside parade. 4 stars shine bright, legacies they made. Mike with the crown, air rain, no dispute. Sweetness in the backfield, Walter in pursuit. Bear down Sunday's midfield, battles cute. Chicago's.
Hello again, everybody. It is Wednesday, which means we're looking at Sunday. How about that for the day? How we doing, boys? How we doing, Jay? How we doing, Kyle?
I'm doing great. Like a little tired, like you were saying, but it was a fun Tuesday. So that's probably why I'm a little tired. Kyle, what about you, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Can't complain. Phil's in the house. Fizzle Joe's in the house. J2K's in the house. DJ Profit. Breaking News Bruce. What's going on, everybody? How are you guys? Oh, and Mikey, obviously. Mikey. What are you guys doing?
All the usual suspects are tuning in.
What up, boys? How we doing in the chat land? Mikey, you coming on Thursday with Brando? Let us know. It'd be great if you did. Yeah, I'm sure he'd enjoy it. I don't know. You guys got to work out the time and details on that. But
yeah, what's going on?
So do you guys want to talk about what the Bears did here, picking up some defensive end help?
He's the replacement level guy. I think he's basically a placeholder. You know, you need somebody in the rotation there. He's not gonna. I mean, you hope he does. You hope he has an immediate impact like C.J. Gardner-Johnson did. I mean, he's a physical specimen. The guy is jacked. His arms look like mine. But he's good. He's not the answer for anything. You know, he's not Myles Garrett. That would have been the defensive lineman you wanted, or Mason Graham. You know, you would love to have him. But, you know, he can't be that bad. You know, he can't be any worse than what we already had than Deo. You know, as long as he gets, a couple of sacks this year, I think we'll be fine. But that's all he really is a placeholder. I don't see him as a Bear for the future. But you never know. Sometimes these guys, they change teams, a different change of scenery, and things start turning around for them. So cross your fingers, maybe so. Kyle, Sean, what do you think?
Joe Tryon-Shoyinka? Is that how you say it? Shoyinka?
Sure. Shoyinka?
Close enough. Hey, he's a former first-round draft pick of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's had a couple seasons with 5 sacks. He has 15 career sacks, guys. And this is the thing that I find interesting. They were hot on Jermaine Johnson. Jermaine Johnson has 11 career sacks. This guy has 15, so that's a good start. Looks like he might be able to be a rotational piece that can bring some juice. You didn't give up much to get him. The housekeeping aspect of it is the 7th round pick the Bears received from Cleveland along with Shoyinka for a 6th round pick, which was originally property of the Eagles. So Chicago is actually adding Philly's 7th round pick in the 2026 draft. If that really matters, we did get Kyle Monangai out of the 7th round. So, and as our boy Kyle says, every good Chicago team needs a great Kyle, and it looks like one team is going to minus a Kyle. but no, at first I was like, Joe who? And then I started looking into it. And I'm like, hey, man, maybe this guy as a rotational piece isn't a bad signing. The Bears aren't doing what the Dallas Cowboys did, financing a lot of their future to try and win with a team that's probably may not even make it to the playoffs. Maybe they do, but I like this. Preserve what you have. See if you can get a little juice. We know we're not a Super Bowl team, but maybe this guy can help us rotationally, add a little pass rush, and do something. Who knows? We're going to find out because he's going to be in uniform this Sunday. So
he practiced today, I think.
He did in his interview. I don't know if you guys saw his interview afterwards. He was actually pretty funny. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, this move has Dennis Allen written all over it, guys. He's 6'5", 260 pounds. That's what Dennis Allen wants. He wants those big, long, lengthy guys. I agree with Mikey. I think he's going to be a really good depth piece. He's definitely a guy that's here to eat up some snaps, man. I think Austin Booker would be considered their big trade acquisition, getting Austin Booker back from IR. I think he's probably the future of the Chicago Bears there at defensive end. But yeah, for this guy to come in and to eat up some snaps when Sweat or Booker need a relief or break, he's not the worst guy in the world. I've told everybody on Wednesday or on Monday show, don't expect the Bears to do anything splashy. They're not going to go get they're not getting Max Crosby. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, the Bears have just under $2 million under the salary cap next year. They can't afford a guy like Max Crosby right now. And they know that most of this team's going to have to be built through the draft. So they didn't want to part with a bunch of draft capital and lose 2 first-round picks or anything like that. I think the Bears' plan is to draft their own Max Crosby in the first or second round next year. And
you hope it is
next draft. But yeah, this guy, by all accounts, he can set the edge. He's a pretty good run defender. Maybe not the best in the NFL, but it's not like noticeably bad. He can't get after the quarterback. He creates pressures. He doesn't have a ton of sack numbers, but he's probably, if not as good as Deo, a little bit better than Deo. So I'm certainly not upset about it. I mean,
I think he's better. He might be better than Dale.
Yeah, and if the Bears,
yeah.
let's face it, guys, if the Bears lose one more defensive end, it's going to be DJ Moore rushing the quarterback. So they had to do something, and I think this is what they could afford. So I mean, I don't think it's the worst move in the world, but I wouldn't. Bears fans don't expect him to go out here and get 16 sacks for the rest of the season.
And look, if he puts up the same production or better than Deo, he's a lot cheaper. So in that aspect, it's a much better move. We're not paying him $40 million.
Yeah, and you guys, this is sports, right? How often in sports do you see these teams try to keep on holding on to first round picks, right? Like if first round picks could be disappointing for 6, 7, 8 years, and there'll still be that 4th, 5th, 6th team that wants to take a chance on them and be like, well, maybe they just weren't using them right, or maybe we got to slim them down a little bit, or you got to lose weight or something. Because first round picks, it's hard for NFL GMs to give up on first round picks, even if they haven't looked good in the first 3, 4, 5 years of their career. I mean, a la Shea McClellan to the Patriots, like that guy should have been out of the NFL after he left the Chicago Bears.
And how many times though do you sometimes see these first round picks move on to their second or their third team, and all of a sudden something clicks and they're better?
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're Hall of Famers, but they can improve. It does happen. Maybe not as often as some of these other guys, but anything can happen in football, especially in sports in general. Some guys just work harder than others. Some guys don't feel like working at all. They get a payday and then see you later. I think the freshness of Kyle Monungai hopefully wakes up some of the team too. That kid was running pretty hard, but I hope this guy, I'm going to call him JTS. I hope JTS does come in and at least gets the pressures that Deo was supposed to get us, because that was his big claim to fame, right? That's the reason why we got him. It seems like Montez Sweat is on track now. He's got a sack in the last 3 games, so I think his total's up to 4. If he can keep that up for the rest of the year, we'll be just fine. We just really need Austin Booker, who looked really powerful. He looks really strong. I saw him one arm a couple of tackles a couple of times, just really manhandling dudes. So you hope that continues. And if this guy can be, like Sean says, a good rotational piece, hey, maybe something's starting to brew up in the defense here. But we'll go to another guy in a little bit that I think might have a bigger impact if we do sign him. But John?
Yeah, real quick, guys. James Christo says the Eagles traded for Phillips for a 3rd-round pick. If they don't keep him up, he's up for next year, they will get a compensatory 3rd-round pick. Why couldn't we do that? Like, once again, guys, I think Phillips is extended, right, Sean? I think he's getting paid quite a bit of money. The Bears don't have much money, guys. I think they're right now $12 million under the salary cap, and that's going to be for those practice squad moves. And in case if somebody gets hurt, like Santos, they got to bring another kicker in. They're going to have to pay these guys. So right now, they just don't have the money to make a big splash move. And like I said, guys, I think they're going to try to build this team through the draft so that they have as many rookie contracts as possible. So those premium positions, left tackle, defensive end, wide receiver, corner, outside of obviously Jalen Johnson and DJ Moore, I think they want to add as many of those premium positions in the draft as they possibly can so that they can have them all in rookie contracts when Caleb Williams gets his $400, $500, $600 million, whatever he's going to get.
I want to send a quick shout out to Dante, just joined in, and Cricket Commish, man, we haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad you're doing okay, buddy, and thank you for checking in, brother. Really appreciate that. And I just wanted to add on to Sayaka, however you said. I'll figure that out after.
I think it's Shoyinka.
We'll figure it out after Sunday's ball game, after he has 3 sacks for the Bears. You know what I mean? If Dennis Allen could get something out of Dom Robinson, I feel okay with this pick. And that's what kind of got me back on board. I'm like, you know what? Dom Robinson sucked his entire career. And He was actually producing under Dennis Allen. So maybe this kid can too. So
yeah, they're not all stars, right? They're not all
right.
stars. You can't have a roster full of stars unless you're
can't
really,
afford it.
really good with money, like the Philadelphia Eagles or the Kansas City Chiefs or the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, if once you sign those guys like DJ Moore and Jalen Johnson and Montez Sweat, you have to fill the holes with guys who are average to above average players, and that's exactly what this guy is. Guys, that's exactly what he is.
Yeah,
You're right. You hope he plays towards his ceiling. That's really all you can hope for.
Yeah. If he gets 4 sacks for the rest of the season, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And the one guy that we were talking about in the intro there, and Mikey brought up, was Asante Samuel Jr. This is a guy, he's headed to Carolina, Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago. He's doing his due diligence before he signs with the team. I hope he gets the Akeem Hicks treatment from a few years ago, where Akeem Hicks arrived in Chicago and wasn't leaving without a contract.
One of the best free agent signings in a long, long time for the Bears, by the way.
I'm personally really hoping that Asante Samuel gets a rebirth here in Chicago, and he doesn't end up in Green Bay or Minnesota for the love of Christ.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine if, they obviously already signed Gardner Johnson, if they get Asante Samuel Jr. and then Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon come back healthy to add to Tyreek Stevenson? I mean, this would be one of the best secondaries I've ever seen in the history of football. I mean,
and you still got Kevin Byard back there, who's a ball hawk. You've got, most interceptions since 2016. I mean, you've got a really good secondary at that point. That's what I was sort of alluding to, is this guy could actually have a really big impact on the Bears, not just this year, if you sign him, for the future too.
Yeah, he's my guy, dude. I wanted him, and I can't remember who brought him up during the offseason that he would be coming back. But
well, here I think what's going to happen with Asante Samuel is he's either going to say, I'm going to go to the team who's going to give me a multi-year deal, or if I'm only offered 1-year deals, I'm going to go to the team that offers me the best chance at a championship.
Yeah, I agree.
Probably what he's going to do.
I agree.
He's smart because he could have signed in the beginning of the season or in the middle of his rehab, even though they wouldn't have had him for a few weeks because he was still trying to come back from the injury. But he did this on purpose. He wants this to be a bidding war. He wants to see who offers him the most and who would give him the best chance to win a championship. That's exactly what he was waiting for. He's very smart.
It may take some time though, because each team's going to want to do their own, medical evaluation. He had a spinal fusion. It's not like he had turf toe, so there's going to be some due diligence involved here. So even if he signs tomorrow with the Bears, we don't know if he's tomorrow, if he's Tuesday or whatever. He's not playing this week. It's probably going to be a next week at best.
And I will say, if you haven't, and I know playing actual football is a lot different than a workout video, but his strength and conditioning video that he released for teams to look at, he looks pretty ready. So, I understand getting hit by a football player is a lot different than using exercise bands, lifting weights, jogging left to right, and all that shit. But he looked good, is all I'm saying in that video. He didn't look like he had many restrictions.
Oh, Sean, and there's some merit to that because we saw the same thing with Nick Chubb, and people were like, "There's no way he's coming back from that knee injury." And then he released that workout video, and I'm like, "Oh my god! Not only does he look healthy, he looks like the strongest man in the NFL, and he's been healthy ever since." So, I mean, it's sometimes it works in their favor. I mean, it's definitely not going to do him any harm to show people what condition he's in.
But is there a video of him jumping out of a pool?
Now, that's going to be part of the combine. They're going to have a pool at the combine, and everybody's got how deep before you can jump out. People will talk about that.
I'm with you, DJ. Turf toe is no joke, man, and many players have missed extended periods of time.
Yeah, I don't. People keep saying Ramondre Stevenson's only going to be out for 1 week. I don't see it, guys. I don't. Turf toe is rough when you're playing the NFL. I got turf toe playing volleyball, and I couldn't play volleyball for almost a year. Like I got it on both toes too. These guys are playing in the NFL. They're playing. I got it on both my big. You only really get turf toe on your big toe.
I know. I'm teasing.
Well, I will tell you this. Because I look into this stupid medical crap. A grade 1 turf toe is 2 to 3 weeks. Grade 2 is 4 to 6. Grade 3 is 6 to 12. So no matter what, he's not coming back in a week, even if it's a grade 1. You know what I mean? Like he's out. Yeah. So power to Hendo. Come on, baby. I need you, boss.
Yeah, I mean, when I looked at the practice report for the Patriots today and it said did not practice Ramondre Stevenson, I wasn't surprised by any means necessary. I'm like, I don't think he's going to be playing for probably a month. But if they were smart, they'd hold him out for at least a month. Crooked Commish says,
was that
good old
Henry?
Henry Milton that jumped out of the pool, right?
I thought that was Tank
Dude,
Johnson.
you guys, now there's a ton of them.
That's all. Yeah,
Henry Milton did it. Tank Johnson did it. Half the guys in the NFL are doing it.
I think
now.
Tank Johnson.
I don't know
was
who
the
started.
first one.
Yeah,
I think he
Tank
was
Johnson
the first
started
one.
it. It is impressive. It is impressive.
And yes, Dante. Yes, my answer is yes.
Oh, look at Breaking News. Bruce has put up a stat here, guys. Ben Johnson, Chicago Bears have punted only 26 times through 8 games this season, the lowest amount by a Bears team in the Super Bowl era. Stat for Brad Biggs. Thanks, Bruce. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah,
NFL just rated all the trades, and they gave the Bears a C+ for that JTS trade.
I mean, you guys, this is how non-circumstantial. I mean, like they had all the trades of the day on ESPN. They had like 8 or 10 up, and they wasn't even on there.
No,
it wasn't even on the list. I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, who's that?
Well, because there was Rashid Shaheed, Jacoby Myers, Dallas,
Sauce Gardner.
Right.
I'll be perfectly honest. I'm really salty that Shaheed didn't end up in Buffalo, man. They were kicking the tires on him, and he wound up in Seattle.
Seattle got better.
Seattle did get better, and I just don't understand Buffalo, man. If we talk about a GM that maybe needs to go, it might be in Buffalo, man. I don't understand. I mean, you got James Cook, but that receiving room sucks. You give Josh Allen nothing every year and just want him to put on a cape every week and be a Superman without giving this guy any help.
Guys, I mean, it was a little more eventful than normal, but the NFL trade deadline has become like all bark and no bite. Like leading up to the trade deadline, they're like, "Oh, could Justin Jefferson be traded?" And then you get there, and they're like, "Oh, Tyrone Shapira, whatever the hell this guy's name is traded the Bears." Like it's just outside of Sauce Gardner to the Colts. None of those moves was I in awe about. I wasn't like, "Oh man, that's crazy. How could you possibly get rid of your best?" The trade deadline to me is very uneventful. I don't even look forward to it anymore.
Keon Coleman, I don't know if he's just a slow developer. Maybe he'll take off, but I mean that guy. I mean, you don't even recognize. Dude,
that guy is a free agent in most fantasy leagues. Dude. He's on the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen, dude.
I don't know. For me, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Breaking news.
Look,
Bruce,
if the Bears aren't winning the Super Bowl, I hope it's Buffalo. Just
Breaking news, Bruce. Can the Bears sign somebody that's last name Smith for the love of God and all of this?
Bears will Jones every once in a while.
Yeah, come on, man. Bears will activate linebacker Amen Ogbong Bemija from injured reserve to the 15-man roster. Thanks, man.
I was just calling Og.
You guys, J2K says the first guy to jump out of a pool was Jaron Gilbert.
Oh, you know what? Gerard, that's the guy I was thinking of.
Thanks, J2K. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thank you, J2K, because that's the guy I was definitely.
Who is Jaron Gilbert? What team was he on? Where did Gilbert play?
I thought he was a Bear, man.
Jaron Gilbert?
Yeah, but is it a kiddie pool or an actual pool? You know what I mean?
He's got one of those like blow up inflatable in his backyard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was a Bear.
Yeah, Dustin said the Bears drafted him right here.
Yeah, I thought he was a Bear.
The Bears drafted him. Naka Vernon has joined the show. The 4 stars, the original 4 stars.
He was in the league for 2 years.
The whole crew's here.
So jumping out of the pool apparently doesn't keep you long for the NFL because he lasted 2 years. Man.
Yeah, Dustin followed it up with total bust. All right, guys. What do you get? Sean, let's get some more of this news. You got
the Bears had 4 running backs in for tryouts today, and here we go again. Israel Abanikanda.
Anaconda don't want.
Yeah. His nickname is Anaconda. I don't care what his name is. We call him Anaconda.
He was from Pittsburgh. Raheem Blackshear, who you guys may
remember.
Him,
didn't they?
I didn't hear of that yet. I think he was a leader in the clubhouse. Montrell Johnson from Florida, and Sunderick Howell from Central Arkansas. And it seems of that group, and this sucks, that Ayabenakindi, it says, takes the crown across the board. Best back, highlights everywhere.
Dustin says the whole show should be Sean trying to pronounce people's names.
Oh, absolutely.
CTI
That
is
would bring in a lot of people, my friends.
Jesus, CTI. Keep it clean, bro.
What do you
DJ
say?
Prophet, he says nothing. DJ Prophet says this is how we do it.
There's his name. You guys pronounce it. It's awful quiet.
Abanikakanda.
Yeah, Abanikanda. Abanikanda.
There
Wakanda
we go.
forever.
Nonetheless, unless they sign him, we won't care. They also signed a guard, and I forgot to actually write his name down. Do you remember it, Kyle?
Naka.
I saw that, but I didn't.
It's Kyle something. He's not good.
Yeah, he's not very good. He signed to the practice squad. I'm sorry, guys. I absolutely forgot. And again, when we started off with JTS versus Jermaine Johnson, they were both former first-round picks, both age 26. And on his career, the Bears signed a guy with 4 more sacks. So
Sean, his name is Kyle Hergel.
Kyle Hergel, that's what it was. Yeah,
Hurgle.
not going to be very good.
Good in run blocking, terrible in pass protection. Absolutely terrible in pass protection.
There goes. I think Brandon was trying to spell it. There we go. There we go. Thanks, Mikey.
Is this just me or
Blackshear.
do those not help sometimes?
Did Blackshear sign with the Bears? Because if he did, I did not see that today.
I thought I heard it on Bears Now, but
We're gonna find out right now.
Yeah, I agree with
just
Mikey.
over like 26 yards per return.
Yeah, I agree with Mikey and Jason. I think they're trying to light a fire in Devin Duvernay's ass because he looks very pedestrian to me, man. They were like, "Oh, this guy's the greatest returner in the NFL. He hasn't returned shit."
Well, as of right
we
now,
should have got that white guy from the Bengals at the trade deadline.
as of right now, he is a free agent, running back return specialist that played for another Rutgers guy. He played for Rutgers and Virginia Tech. 1,900 yards and return yards in college. Honestly, out of that list, Blackshear is the only guy's name that I recognize.
Sean, the other guy, Brennan, says his name sounds like the music you get when you get the mask in Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they make a move on any of this, but for me it is what it is. None of these guys are going to make a difference to me what the Chicago Bears do. And anyways, I think you're looking at
Asante Samuel will make a difference.
No, Asante Samuel would make a difference. I was talking about the running backs, about these running backs.
Yeah, I don't think any of those guys would ever even, unless they got destroyed by injuries, I don't think any of those guys would ever even get a carry. I think those are all solely special teams moves. And, it is nice to see Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears addressing special teams because on Sunday it was absolutely atrocious, unwatchable.
Yeah.
They made every mistake they could possibly make. They need some better hands guys on the onside kick line of formation. That was not acceptable.
Well, you guys
don't give up the touchdown to start the game. Don't allow these blockers to come through. It's been this way for a couple of years now.
Don't give up 50 yards of return on every punt.
Yes, that's another one.
Ridiculous. You guys, melon smashers in the house and Trey's in the house.
What up, boys?
What up, fellas?
Before we move into this Giants game, I just have to ask your guys' feelings on this because the coach of the year came out. Chat chime in too. Current leader, for good reason, is Shane Steichen. Followed by Vrabel, followed by McDonald, followed by Kyle Shanahan, followed by Sean Payton, followed by Dave Canellis. It's Ben Johnson.
Dave Canellis?
Yeah. No, they're 5-4. They're 5-4. They're winning with Bryce Young, for the love of everything holy.
Yeah, and the Bears are
in a garbage division.
And Ben Johnson's an offensive coach, and the Bears are top 10 in every offensive statistical category. He should certainly be in the conversation. That's a joke.
That's the most takeaways.
Sean, that's the same thing I was talking about the other day. I looked at MVP favorites, and Matthew Stafford wasn't even in the conversation. This guy's on pace for 50 touchdowns and 4,500 yards and 4 interceptions. He wasn't even in the conversation.
Yeah, it's I find that a little weird because I don't have a problem with Vrabel, Steichen, or McDonald. Shanahan's done a lot through the injuries. Sean Payton being ahead of Ben Johnson. Sean Payton's doing what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to be a winner. He was supposed to be contending for a playoff spot. You know, I mean, I can see Dave Canellis, but to not have Ben Johnson in at least the top 5, I don't know if I agree with that. I'm not on that.
I don't agree with. I know I don't agree with that. That's
I'm not on that boat, man.
Melon Smasher says Ben Johnson is the coach of the year, in my opinion. He's doing magic with this offense. I agree. I just said they're literally in the top 5 in almost every statistical category, offensive category, except for like 2. That's his job. He told the Bears fan base and the rest of the NFL when he got here, Dennis Allen's going to be in charge of the defense. I'm going to be in charge of the offense, and he's made that offense one of the most potent offenses in the NFL. I mean, that you can clearly tell that the Bears are still not running a smooth operation. There's a lot of things that aren't clicking, and they're still 6th in the NFL in points per game. If they get this shit all together and they all get on the same page, they're going to be the most dangerous offense in the NFL.
We just talked about that last night. Like, dude, they're this good statistically, but the eye test makes them look bad. You can only imagine once everything starts clicking, how good they're actually going to be. I mean, it's a little, if I'm the rest of the NFL, I know we were talking about it before that nobody's given the Bears any respect. I get it because they don't look like they're Super Bowl contenders, but you might want to start keeping, an eye on them. That's all I got to say, because this coaching staff is smart. They're planning ahead. I think they're planning for games that they're not even playing yet. I know they tell people they're not, it's 1 week at a time. I think they've got the whole season mapped out. I think they've got next preseason mapped out. They know what they're doing. They're not messing around.
And they're only going to,
and they're always on point.
And they're 5-3, and they're only going to get better. Every week, they're only going to get better. This is all going to be work in progress. Rome wasn't built in a day. Relentless Mikey says, Ben did in 8 games what it took Matt Eberflus to do in 24 games. 5 wins. Yeah, and I agree with who I don't know. Melon Smasher said, if the Bears had another coach, a la Matt Eberflus, they'd be 2-6 right now.
Oh God, maybe 1-7.
They would have never won that game last weekend. I can tell you that.
They would at least 3 games this season. They would not have won, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I just ran across that and thought that.
Sean, you got the injury report. There's a lot of names on there today.
Did I line this up?
I don't think DJ Moore or Rome Odunze practiced today for the 2nd week in a row.
You know what? Let me load it really quick. I will load it because there's something else that we could talk about really quick, because I know everybody loves him. So congratulations. He got his first player of the week, Mr. Colston Loveland. What is he, the 3rd Bear this year to get it through the first?
I think 4th.
4th?
I think 4th, yeah. Almost positive.
That's what I'm talking about. Keep stacking them.
So
man.
I got it right here, guys. Josh Blackwell did not participate.
I'm gonna put it up there.
I think
I'm gonna throw it on the screen. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Give me 1 second.
Jay, I thought you were looking at the players of the week. I was going to say
No.
Josh, because Josh Blackwell got one. You got a player.
He did special teams player though. Yep.
Yeah, he got special teams. Who else did
Caleb
Williams got it for the Dallas game, didn't he?
Yes. Remember, because he didn't really care about it.
Yeah. Yes. He was like, yeah, whatever. Who else?
Sean Mikey says, "Wait, Sean, Lovin on Loveland."
Hey, man, I don't hate the guy. I just rather have Tyler Warren, man. That's all I've ever said. I never said the guy was going to suck. I never said he was going to be the worst tight end in the world. I just said I'd rather have Tyler Warren. And I think there's a lot that we can justify. I could justify by saying I'd rather have Tyler Warren. I hope Colston Loveland continues to progress. I hope Colston Loveland becomes a top 5 tight end in the league, if not the number 1 tight end in the league. He's going to have a lot of competition with Bowers and Warren over the next couple of years. Maybe Gadsden, maybe Fannin. I mean, there's a lot of good tight ends in the NFL right now.
Yeah, Sean, Mikey says, I know, I was just messing with you.
All right, it's fine. I take it, man. I dig it. Let's go.
All right, Sean.
I'll take it all day.
You got it?
There we go.
Here we go. This one's a little rough.
Yeah, but I think Byard is going to play. I'm
team.
hoping Edwards plays. Garrett is always on the list, but always plays for some reason. That's rust anyways. You want DJ Moore and Roman Dunze, we're fucked if they're not playing.
Kevin Byard scares the shit out of me. Like, how much more can the secondary possibly take? I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
Every week there's a new secondary player on the Bears practice. Yeah, and it's back and ankle, and back's never good, guys. It's not good.
Well, you want to know the truth too, as you look at this and say our backup is now out because Josh Blackwell has a concussion. So there's another piece that is gone from the secondary.
And Sean, I think we remember the concussion. There was a kick return. Josh Blackwell got absolutely destroyed. destroyed, dude. Yeah, and you know what the good thing about this injury report is, guys? DeAndre Swift limited, because I'm going to dig into some of these Giants defensive numbers here in a second.
I think he's going to play too. Yeah,
they are bad against pass catching backs, man. They are not.
They're
good
bad against running backs.
Yes, if you're a running back, they're not good.
Yeah, but I mean, Christian McCaffrey. Just real quick, Christian McCaffrey last week, he did have over 100 yards rushing, but it was on 28 carries, so he only averaged 3.7 yards per carry. But man, in the passing game is where he absolutely on 33 total touches, Christian McCaffrey gained 173 yards and a touchdown on Sunday against the Giants. They are not good at backs sneaking out of the backfield to catch passes.
I think they're worse than yards allowed and yards per play per rush.
I mean, I'm already picking if DeAndre Swift plays in this game, he is going to be my player of the game for the Chicago Bears. That's my prediction. Is I think he's going to be the player of the game for the Chicago Bears.
Well, we'll get into this, and I'll start off with some of these defensive ranks for the Giants. They're bottom 10 in both offensive and defensive DVOA. And, we kind of talked about this yesterday, that Chicago has a big advantage against New York. They allow 150 rushing yards per game, 5.5 per carry. They're also allowing 231 passing yards and 1.7, so just under 2 touchdowns to opposing quarterbacks. But the thing that they're 0-5 on the road, I believe, this year. In their last 3 games, the Broncos 33 points, the Eagles 38 points, the Niners 34 points. It's winding up being more than 2 touchdowns over their team's season average over the past 3 weeks. So the Bears are definitely getting the Giants here at a very, very good time. The Giants and the Bears last played back in 2022. The Bears have to extract a little revenge as they lost that game 20-12. They will come into this game as 3.5-point favorites, and the over-under is sitting at 48.5. Where are we at, boys? Who wants to kick this off?
Sean, real quick, just to add on top of that, in their last, the Giants are 0-5 on the road, and they've given up 158 points on the road. That's 32 points a game they're allowing on the road. They are one of the worst road teams in the NFL. And like you said, Sean, I mean, their defensive rankings, 29th yards per game, rushing yards 31st, pass yards 24th, points per game 28th. I mean, just another week of us talking about a terrible defense that the Chicago Bears are going to have a chance to take advantage of. And if you look at this comment by Melon Smasher, he says New York Giants fans are calling for the defensive coordinator's job.
Who should be?
Ben Johnson might get him fired on Sunday. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think Dable's in big trouble.
Well, that defense is really talented, man. There's so much talent on that defense for them to be this bad. Well, I can understand if your secondary is not that talented, but that front seven is very talented.
Yeah, you draft Abdul Carter, and he has a half a sack this year. Kayvon Thibodeau, that everybody loves and wanted the Bears to trade for, has 2.5 sacks this year. If it wasn't for Brian Burns and his 11 sacks, this pass rush would not be that scary. It's basically Brian Burns, who's the Bears need to keep a watchful eye on. And I mean, you guys, the Giants just they lost one of the best players in the NFL, Malik Neighbors, and I think a lot of Giants fans were really concerned and like, well, that's pretty much our season. But then Cam Scadaboo stepped up with Jaxson Dart, and they're like, all right, we got 2 more guys we can depend on. And then, man, when Cam Scadaboo suffered that dislocated ankle, I think that just kind of took the wind out of their sails, man. I mean, there was a lot of people picking the Giants to beat the 49ers last week, and the 49ers just beat the shit out of them. I mean, absolutely beat the shit out of them. I think the Giants are giving up, and I think Jason's right. I think it's going to cost Brian Dable his job. I think that's what's going to happen by the end of the season.
Jay?
It probably should, though. He's not, I mean, he's done some decent things there, but he really, since he's been there, has the defense been spectacular? Have you been like wowed by their offense? No.
And he's a quarterback guru whisperer, and Daniel Jones looks a lot better now than he ever did under Brian Dable.
Yeah, he certainly does.
I don't think he's a quarterback guru in any way, shape, or form. I think he's hoping that Jaxson Dart can save his job. At the end of the day, that they're going to fan base is going to call for his head due to the win and loss record. Even if Jaxson Dart plays well, they don't give a shit. It's all going to come down to the win and loss record. But Sean was right. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I mean, it's way too early to make a projection. It's to make a decision. But as it stands right now, Jaxson Dart is far superior to Cam Ward. Cam Ward is, I think he has, at the short passes in the NFL, he has the worst percentage of any quarterback in the NFL at short passes. I mean, it's like, if you can't get the dump offs right, then I just don't see how you're just 5 in this league. But
Kyle,
he's got 5 rushing touchdowns too. He seems to get one every game.
Take a look at that.
Jaxson Dart's legit. He's legit.
Here you go. Here is your passing in between 0 and 9, 10 and 19, 20 plus, and overall. I know it's very small, but Cam Ward Cam Ward's actually okay. It's everything else that sucks.
Sean, 10 to 19 yards. He's 63%
yeah.
completion percentage. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not good.
And I'll tell you-
Jaxson Dart's leading the NFL from 10 to 19 yards at 88%.
Yeah, that's what
That's
scares
where he
me
makes
the
his
most,
money, man.
That's what scares me the most.
90%, almost 90% from
I didn't mean to take that down.
those touch passes. That's some scary shit.
Yeah, it's I don't know who called Cam Moore generational, but I knew that wasn't the truth when he was coming out of college.
No, and it's still plenty of time, man. He's only.
I'm not saying he's going to be bad, and
games,
just
but
not develop
Jaxson
ever.
Jaxson Dart looks like he can compete at any level of football. But Sean, Mikey is asking you to play the cartwheel video if you have it available.
Oh, I do.
Oh, we do.
I do. Hold on one second. Let me get this. The cartwheel video is pretty awesome, dude. How do you know about that, Mikey? Were you spying on us in backstage?
No, you can't see him in there.
No, you
he's
will.
coming. He's coming. There he is. That's why Ben Johnson calls him a unicorn. He's absolutely a freak athlete, man. Freak of
Yeah, he is.
That's
Dude, I'm telling you, at that
350
training camp that I was at with Windy City End Zone, dude, he paced down the field and caught a ball over his shoulder catch. I'm like, dude, Darnell Wright is a freak, man. I mean, dude.
Yeah, you know what worries me? Him doing cartwheels like that. Not him getting hurt, him hitting somebody else and killing them when he's doing a cartwheel.
like getting hit by a truck.
Yeah.
Sean. This game's going to come down to the same thing we've been talking about for the last few weeks. The Bears have to take advantage of this porous defense of the New York Giants. I mean, listen, you guys, they do have some good defensive ends who can get after the quarterback, but obviously Abdul Carter's struggling to adjust to the NFL. He's still a work in progress. The only guy they need to be weary of is right now is Brian Burns. Make sure you're chipping with the running backs and tight ends helping out. But outside of that, man, this team gives up huge running lanes. Their secondary is absolute trash. They give up one of the highest passing yards per game, one of the highest rushing yards per game. The Bears offense at home on the lakefront, where the Giants have been terrible on the road, should have no problem taking advantage of this porous defense. I mean, this is going to be another
quarterback. A road game is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackson's been okay on the road, though. I mean, well, I guess he had that debacle with the Saints where they were winning and he gave up they had 3 turnovers in like a minute. But those things will happen.
And he's going to get better too. Jackson's going to get better too.
On the season, coming off the game last week, he had 191 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. He ran for another 56. On the season, he's at 1,175 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, 3 picks, 93.9 quarterback rating. He's added 195 rushing yards to that and 4 more rushing touchdowns. Excuse me. Here's the number that stands out to me the most. He's been sacked 17 times. The Bears have to generate some pressure off the edge, up the middle, wherever they're going to be, and make sure that they get to this guy because he's obviously susceptible to sacks. Go get him, get after him. Let's get Sweat. And Kyle, I don't know if you still have those Sweat numbers in front of you, but Sweat has been living up to expectations thus far. I'd like to get
in the last 4 games, Montez Sweat has 3 sacks. He has 3 passes defended. He has 6 tackles for loss. He has the most quarterback pressures on the Chicago Bears. He has 2 forced fumbles, and he has the most quarterback hits on the Chicago Bears as well. So the last 4 weeks, Montez Sweat has been an absolute. Oh yeah, and by the way, guys, he is still one of the best defensive ends in football at stopping the run. And I don't know, nobody's talking about this, guys, but man, since that bye week and the adjustments the Chicago Bears made, they might be the best run defense in the NFL. Just after you watch that Vegas Raiders game with Ashton Gianti and what Javonte Williams did to the Bears, how they have turned this rush defense around is absolutely amazing. Testament to Dennis Allen and you guys. The Giants are just running out of weapons. I mean, listen, Cam Scatterbo was averaging almost 4.5 yards a carry. Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary are both at 3.5 yards per carry. I mean, their run game's just non-existent without Cam Scatterbo. Listen, I know people keep saying trap game, and I know people are thinking, oh man, the Bears might overlook this team because they're so bad, but this is the team the Bears should absolutely beat the shit out of. If you look at these 2 teams on paper, guys, they just don't have the firepower. They don't have they have nothing to match up against the Chicago Bears. And listen, the Chicago Bears defensive metrics aren't great as well, but like Sean said earlier in our studio, guys, sometimes these stats are skewed. So like, for instance, if the Bears hadn't had such a bad game against the Bengals and Lions, 2 of the 8 games they've played so far, they would, if you look at the other 6 games, I think they said the Bears would be like 16th in points per game allowed. But because of those 2 games, they're at 29th. Now, obviously, you have to credit the Bears with those 2 games. They were on the field. They didn't show up. They did not play well. But outside of that, the Bears' defensive metrics, they're not good. They're 26th in yards per game, 25th in rushing yards allowed per game, and 25th in pass yards per game. But guys, since that Raiders game, those statistics have all moved up because they were 29th, 28th, 30th, and 32nd. One point they were 32nd rush yards. Now they're 25th. So since the bye week, the Bears defense has been playing better. I just don't know how much longer the Bears can sustain these injuries. I mean, it's insane. I've never seen anything like this. The Bears have lost basically half their defensive line. They've lost almost 100% of their secondary. 2 of their best players who were extended in the last 2 years, and Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon are now no longer healthy. Obviously, if they thought they were worth extensions, they think that they're 2 of their best players, and they're missing these guys now. But it's still guys. I mean, tell me on the Giants outside of Wan'Dale Robinson, which I'm sorry, guys, he doesn't scare me that much. Who can beat you? Ooh.
I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but Darius Slayton has made some big plays, and I still don't trust the secondary with all the injuries. And I don't want to call this a trap game, but I love Jaxson Dart's heart. I love his ability to keep his team in games. And I still do have some questions on these Bears. Mobile quarterbacks have given the Bears problems. Wan'Dale Robinson's that little wide receiver who knows how to get in that little open area and create havoc. Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary, they don't scare me. They could be effective. There's just little things in this game that scare me, but I don't think the Bears are going to win. I do think it's going to be a little bit more competitive, and again, like I said a couple of weeks ago.
So you don't think the Bears are going to win?
No, I think the Bears are going to win, but I just think it's going to be more competitive than what we think. I personally do, because they have a Brian Burns and they have some of these guys that can be a game wrecker, and hopefully they can find an answer like they did for Crosby in the second half. But Crosby single-handedly almost ruined that Vegas game, and Brian Burns is that type of player who can get after you and wreck a game for you. So that has to be taken into account, and that guy scares the crap out of me. This Sunday, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you about it. He scared the crap out.
Yeah, and Sean, I get that, and I totally understand. But I mean, the Bears have played some damn good defensive ends this year, and the Bears are one of the lowest teams in the NFL at allowing sacks. I mean, Caleb Williams has been sacked 12 times this year? I mean,
yeah, but batted balls, Kyle.
Some of them are his fault. Some of them are his
balls,
fault.
getting in there. Caleb trying to play hero ball. Those tendencies still show up. And all you need is an opportunistic defense to take advantage of some mistakes, and the ball bounces the other way. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying I still have questions, and I know the Giants record. I know what they've done. I've watched them. I've watched Jaxson Dart every week. I'm very happy for the kid. The kid's got a heart, man, and he scares me a little bit.
Sure. What's going on, Notorious? How you doing, man? Yeah,
Notorious.
Jason, what do you think? I mean, I totally understand where you're coming from. Like I said, guys, this is a different team. This isn't Matt Eberflus anymore. This is Ben Johnson. I expect the Bears to beat teams that are inferior to them, the inferior opponents. This team is not good. Sorry, guys, but the Giants just aren't good. It's fun to watch Jaxson Dart. I think what he's doing is awesome. I'm rooting for the kid, but I just don't think the Giants have the defense to stop the Bears from scoring 28, 30, 35 points. I think the Bears are going to outscore them. And, Sean, maybe the Giants do score 24 in this game, but they're not going to be able to keep up with the Bears. They just can't keep up with the Bears offense. The Giants are going to punt, and I don't know if the Bears will. I don't know if the Bears will.
Somebody had put in the chat, like, the Bears have punted the least amount since in the Super Bowl era so far, which is really good. I'm kind of in between you and Sean. It does kind of worry me here because of that the defensive line is very good and they can sack. I know overall they're not, that great, but, sometimes a game wrecker like Burns, even though, he's having a career year, sometimes these guys just have games that you just can't stop them. The other side of the ball, I'm actually a little bit worried about Wan'Dale Robinson too in our secondary. I think that guy can still exploit defenses. He had a pretty good year last year, and now that Neighbors is gone, it's pretty much the Wan'Dale Robinson show. But we'll see. I mean, it could be a one-dimensional thing, like you're saying, Kyle, where we just got to stop Wan'Dale Robinson and stop Brian Burns, and then what do they got? They got nothing else. So, I'm thinking the Bears take control of the clock with the running game. I think DeAndre Swift is going to play, and we might be seeing more of that Sonic and Knuckles now that we can actually prove that Monangai can run and hit the blocks. He's more of your up the middle guy. We might start seeing these drives where it's all DeAndre Swift, and then next drive, all Kyle Monangai. And it's just going to wear these defenses down. And in which case, you're also nullifying not just Brian Burns, but the entire defensive line. Don't forget, you've got DBs running routes, with wide receivers. So these run plays, when we have a successful run game like this, I think would you say, Kyle, we're number 2 in rushing offense right now?
Yeah.
That's big for the Bears. I mean, that's huge because
that's Bears
we can have drives like we did last week where we're just eating up the clock. I mean, man, it seemed like for the first half, Cincinnati had the ball like twice. I mean, that's it. I mean, we need to keep doing that.
If you watch these two teams and their trajectory, it's like the Giants have Malik Neighbors gone. The Giants found Cam Scatterboot gone. And you watch the Bears, it's like the Bears only have Rome Odunze and DJ Moore. Oh, wait, here's Kyle Monangai. Oh, they only have DJ Moore, Kyle Monangai, and Rome Odunze. Oh, wait, here's Colson Love. Like our offense is getting better and more dangerous and harder to stop. And their offense is becoming very vanilla because they just don't have the firepower to beat you. Listen, like I said, I think a lot of people watched that Bears-Bengals game and they're concerned about the Bears secondary, which justifiably so. But you guys, this isn't T. Higgins and Jamar
Chase. Yeah.
This is Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton. Like the Giants are going to be forced to punt in this game. They're probably going to be forced to do a couple 3-and-outs. If Tyreek Stevenson can play the way he's played for the last 5-6 games of the season, if Gardner Johnson gets more comfortable in this defense, they're going to shut some of these guys down. The Giants are just going to have nowhere to put the ball. And you guys, I'm not wishing for this, and I'm not saying I would bet on it, but if Jaxson Dart keeps running the ball as much as he is, he's probably going to get banged up at some point this season too, and it may very well be in this Bears game. The Bears are hitting very hard this season, very hard. The Bears have been knocking people out of their cleats. And then Wan'Dale Robinson's another guy who's very small, and if he continues to get 11, 12, 13 targets a game, he's another guy who wouldn't surprise me if he misses some time this season. I think the Bears defense is going to play much, much better than they did against the Bengals. And maybe it's not necessarily the Bears playing better as it is just an inferior opponent that doesn't have enough firepower and doesn't have enough weapons. But the Giants are going to be forced off the field from time to time. I think the Bears are going to score at least a field goal on almost every single drive. This defense is just not good by the Giants unless they can get after the quarterback. But like I said, guys, I mean, that Brian Burns is going to be lining up against Theo Benedict. Just keep Cole Kmet or Kyle Monangai and DeAndre Swift over there. Help him out. Make sure that Caleb can get the ball out of his hands quickly. And I think after a while, I think this Giants team is already kind of giving up on the season. If you scored 14 in the first 2 drives and it's 14-0 or 14-3, I think they're going to start giving up on individual games as well, man. This just isn't a good opponent. The Giants aren't a good football team, guys. They're not.
And we keep talking about the running game, but the Bears are actually pretty balanced. Last week against Cincinnati, I think it was 37 runs versus 37 passes.
And Jason, another thing we didn't talk about enough on Monday, and Sean brought it up to me this morning, is that the Bears cleaned up their penalties. I mean, I know they still had 7 penalties against the Bengals, but none of them were very impactful, right? Like they only had like 41 yards in penalties. It was the first time this season the Bears didn't have more penalty yards than their opponent. I mean, you guys, they talked about it all week leading up to the Bengals game. Ben Johnson was like, the team captains need to take this into their own hands because we've preached it. And maybe they did. Maybe they were listening because, like I said, none of the Bears penalties were super impactful in this game. It wasn't like it was a bunch of roughing the passers or unnecessary roughness, 15 yards after 15 yards and 15 yards. Like, yeah, there wasn't many.
I don't think they had a red zone penalty.
A 30-yard intentional grounding with a loss of play.
I think they had one, Sean. I think they let the clock expire.
Oh, yeah. They had the delay,
which is not acceptable. But outside of that, the Bears did clean up a lot of these penalties. Paul, what's going on, man? How you doing? Trey in the house, guys. Shannon joined the show, guys.
I was just
nice
going
to see you guys here. Notorious, big fan of
that here. Shannon,
love Notorious, man.
Hey, James says the statement game, we need to score points, not allow them to score on us. Agree 100%. I'm actually excited to see more of this Bears defense. Booker, Gardner Johnson, and JTS. Our secondary is coming back. Let DA cook. Relentless Mikey, 200 yards from Monangai this weekend. Rome gets extra love because of Sunday. DJ, the best play Monangai made all last game was his block on that game-winning touchdown.
It was a great block, by the way. He slammed into that dude.
There was a lot of great blocks on that run. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, for being such a little guy, man, Monangai is powerful.
He packs a lot of power. Yeah.
Well, because he's like a fire hydrant, dude. He's not tall, but he's 210 pounds. I mean, and he's not fat. I mean, that's all like straight up muscle. So
no, his lower body. He's a rock, dude. He's definitely a rock. Says Ben is a believer in having a ground game that can carry a team with the offense perceived as pass heavy or creative. 3 interceptions in this game from our defense. Don't mind that. Rest in
What's up,
peace,
Nerd?
RG5.
What's up? You guys, One Chain is back in the house. Been a while, man. How you doing, brother? He says, "Do we actually have good coaching staff?" Yes.
Yes, we do. What's up? What's up, One Chain? And DJ believes that my guys earned a lot of third down opportunities moving forward. For me, just to comment on that, I think that'll honestly depend on the situation. I think we can all agree on that. Any passing downs, you're going to have DeAndre Swift in the ball game. If it's third and whatever,
You guys,
short, you can go with Manungai.
Sean Notorious has numerous times now has brought up the special teams. Yeah, you guys, I mean, Sean, you tell us, do you think there's I just don't see a quick fix it for the Bears special teams? I think Richard Hightower is a terrible coach. I've said, you guys know, I've said that since day one, since the day they hired him. If the San Francisco 49ers are firing you, you're not a good coach, because the 49ers don't make stupid moves. If you're a good player, a good coach, they keep you on the team. And
I think they kept him here because he kind of maybe was part of like a consistency thing for the team and the existing players already.
And he won that game against Green Bay with the fake punt return thing that he did. And you know what? I think Ben Johnson had so much work to do this offseason. He was like, you know what?
Well,
I'm going to leave Hightower where he's at, and I'm going to focus on this offense and this defense and try to focus on building this coaching staff. But you guys, no doubt about it. I don't know about in the middle of the season, Notorious, but I hope to God by the end of the season, but after the season's over, that Richard Hightower is no longer the Bears special teams coach, because he's not good. They're not good.
If he can pick a coach like he has everywhere else and pick a special teams coach like all the other coaches, we'll be just fine.
I'll say this too, guys. That's one thing that you got to take into account. If they're setting up, if the Giants are getting set up with these short fields, they're going to put points on the board.
Sean, you took the word out of Phil. No, Phil says Bears special teams constantly put the defense in a bad position. 100%. The Bears defense did take a lot of grief last week, which they should have, because their secondary was awful. But man, it's much easier to score when you're starting every drive at the 50-yard line. I mean, the Bears defense, the special teams is absolutely pathetic. You guys, I went over the numbers with you on Monday. Every single Bengals kick returner was averaging over 35 yards a kick return. Like, that's not acceptable. That cannot happen. If that's the way it is, then they need to start punting and kicking the ball out of bounds. Yeah, and give them the ball at the 40. I'd rather have them at the
100%.
Or maybe you get a kicker who can kick the ball out of the back of the end zone. That wouldn't hurt him either. Give him the ball at 35. I don't care. I'd rather have the ball at 35 than score touchdowns in the opening drive. I mean, this Bears special teams is
it's also, you have a kicker that can't kick a 50-yarder. You've got you're missing blocks. I know there's some injuries on special teams that are hurting right now. Rorschach's been hurt, but still, it's bad.
And listen, I'm not saying I love the player, but Ruben Hippolyte was, by all accounts, was playing very well on special teams, and he's been a healthy scratch the last 2 weeks. I'm assuming that decision is up to Richard Hightower, because I don't think Hippolyte's getting any defensive snaps. So Dennis Allen's not making that decision. I believe that comes down to Richard Hightower. Like, Hightower, what do you have to lose at this point? You don't look good. Maybe get the guy who had the most tackles on the Bears special teams through the first 2 weeks back onto the football field.
He's a linebacker. He's built to hit people. Put him in there.
He runs a 4-3. Then he runs a 4-3. He's a good counter. Like, it's just, I feel like Hightower has made every wrong move. You had Daniel Hardy and the hands team to block. Like, those two outside guys on the hands team for onside kicks need to be receivers, guys, or running backs, guys who are used to handling the ball. It's just nothing the special teams has done this season is impressive to me. The Bears return game is not very good. Every time they do have a good return, it's negated by a penalty, which also can fall on the shoulders of Richard Hightower. It just hasn't been good. The Bears need to do something to address this. It's not good.
Agreed.
I agree.
Chill Will saying, do we think we should sign Jake Moody full time?
No.
So keep Cairo in there?
I mean, Sean, what about just for the rest of the season?
Maybe for the rest of the season. Yeah.
But look for a new kicker in the offseason, but just for the rest of the season.
Yeah, maybe for the rest of the season. I was big on Moody.
That Kim kid they had.
But
they cut him in after the training camp. I was disappointed that they cut Jonathan Kim, because that guy could kick 60-yard field goals. I mean, guys, Sean, we're sitting on your couch like it's a 52-yarder. The Bears gonna have to punt, and then we're watching other games. We're like 68, 65, 70. So I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, that is too big of a gap. That's too big of a gap. Like, the game, you got to take every competitive advantage you possibly can. If we can't kick 50-yard field goals, we need a new field goal kicker.
And Relentless puts he's nervous about Jake Moody. He should be, because I believe in his career he's only a 74% kicker. It's not like he's all world.
Yeah, and maybe it's like Jason's point earlier, when guys change teams, sometimes it kind of wakes them up a little bit, and they realize that they're in danger of losing their job in the NFL and losing generational money, so they pull their head out of their ass. I would have ridden with Moody until he started missing field goals. That's just me personally.
Hey Jebediah, we gotta go. We gotta go look at a massage parlor and find Justin Tucker. Sure, he'll pop up.
One of those Asian ones.
The Asian ones.
One of those anything you want ones. Sean, I'm all about riding the hot hand, guys. I thought Moody should have kept that job until he proved otherwise.
Yeah, I agree.
Opinion,
that I don't disagree with. I
just
think the Bears have to address this because Moody's not great. I mean, they literally celebrated in San Francisco when they cut him.
Which they should have. He was terrible. He was terrible.
Didn't he lose the Super Bowl for him or some shit in San Francisco by missing a field goal?
I think maybe a playoff game. I definitely know he's had some very, very impactful misses for the 49ers.
You know what else?
He's not been good.
Michigan, dude. Don't trust anything from Michigan.
I mean, don't we have a tight end from Michigan?
Yeah, unless it's Aiden Hutchinson.
Maybe that's why.
What if it's Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan? His whole life has been from Michigan.
Maybe that's why I didn't want him in the first place.
You guys,
didn't Tom Brady go to Michigan? I don't know. I don't know.
I project Bears hire Shane Taub, son of Dave Taub. He's been a Washington staff for the last 3 years. Yeah, and there's a good chance that Washington staff might be ripped apart here pretty soon. Yeah, that team does not look good. Notorious says after last week's Shanks, you need to reevaluate which kicker gives us the best chance to win. And most of our minds, it's Moody. I don't know what Hightower's thinking, but right now between the two, just the way Moody was playing, and I wouldn't, Sean, like as you said, I wasn't surprised if there's some monumental collapse with Moody and he ends up looking like he did in San Fran, but I would ride it until it turns into that, right? Like keep him on the field until he starts doing that shit. Like maybe, like Jason said, the change the scenery can change guys' careers, the trajectory of their careers.
And yes, guys, there are a few people that made it out of Michigan that had some extreme success. But how's Mason Graham doing this year? Eek. Generational defensive tackle who can't garner a sack or get to the quarterback. Eek. And there's plenty more. David Terrell, I think, scarred me for Michigan for life.
Yeah, guys. Sean has some personal.
Here, I'll tell you this. Trey, what was his name? I try to erase it from my memory bank. Beating the Jayhawks with 9 3-pointers.
Traylon Burks.
No, he was basketball. The guard. The Jayhawks were winning the whole game, and this guy just got on fire. It was in the Sweet 16, I believe.
Wasn't it Trey Burke?
Wasn't it Trey Burke?
I think his name's Trey Burke.
I'm trying to erase him from my memory. I hate everything about Michigan. Everything about Michigan. And maybe that's why I don't like Kelston Levitt as much as I like other people. I hate Michigan. I'm sorry. I fucking hate that school.
Sean, inadvertently, subconsciously.
Hey, look, he's a Bear. He's a Bear, just like, hey, I'm a Jayhawk. How big am I on Luther Burden? I love Luther Burden. He went to Missouri, and you definitely should never trust anything from Missouri. That's a fact, Jack.
Sean, Chase Daniel was MVP level here, bro.
Who?
Chase Daniel. MVP level here, bro.
Yeah, he was amazing. He was
at collecting money and sitting in
MVP cash.
I'm sorry. There's a few places I just can't stand. Most of them are Big 12, but Michigan has cut me deep a few times, man.
Anything else you guys want to talk about in this game, or do you want to give our score predictions for the Bears game before we start getting into the rest of the NFL?
I just kind of think that, again, with the pass rush that should be hopefully generated by the Bears, they can get to Jaxson Dart, cause a little confusion. But when we flip sides and say this is a game with Caleb Williams coming home, this is the game where I'd like to see Caleb Williams kind of put it more together. I know Brian Burns is a problem. Maybe Thibodeau could be a problem. Maybe Lawrence could be a problem. There could be a bunch of different problems, but the Bears offensive line protects him if he has clean pockets or even rolling out. I would like to see him better than he was against Cincinnati, because I'll tell you this. I walked away from that Cincinnati game saying, God damn, Joe Flacco looks good at 40. And I was like, Caleb Williams still needs some help. Still needs some work.
Well, yeah, and Sean, I'm glad you brought Caleb up, because you guys, this Giants team has given up over 70% completion percentage to almost every quarterback they've played this year. And I'm pretty sure Mac Jones last week finished at 80% passing. This is the game where Caleb Williams has to get over that 65% completion percentage. I mean, you have to. If they're giving up over 70% completion percentage to almost every quarterback they've played, this is one of those games where Caleb has to be more efficient. He absolutely has to be more efficient. And we expect more growth out of Caleb Williams as the season goes on. You need to start taking advantage of these bottom tier teams, these bottom tier defenses. I expect Caleb Williams to throw at least somewhere around 66, 67, 68% completion percentage this week against one of the worst secondaries in football. Hopefully that happens. I think I think you guys are going to see more timing from the offense. There'll be a better rhythm than there was against the Bengals, especially in the first half last week. But yeah, Sean, I mean, it's something that's definitely a conversation that has to get had. When is Caleb Williams going to look comfortable under center and in the pocket? And that's right now, it just hasn't happened.
For a full game, he actually looks good in the last drive of every game. I mean, that's
second half.
Yeah,
looks better.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Were we making predictions here? I was looking up the weather.
No. I was just kind of saying, man. I just want to see a nice, clean game. I want him to look like he did against Dallas, and this is a defense where he could do that because I just want to see him continue to gain confidence and grow confidence, and you know, like anything. If you start doing well at something, you just gain confidence with it. And sometimes he just looks, I think the next step in his development, I guess where I'm going is his hesitation, because I think there's a lot of hesitation in his game. And I just like to see it a little bit more fluid, if that makes sense to anybody.
Yeah, if I'm Ben Johnson, I'm saying, hey, Caleb, sometimes you're going to throw picks. Just pull the trigger, man. Trust your arm. Trust yourself. Trust those instincts. Trust that arm. He is one of the best arms in the NFL. I mean, you're talking about God-given talent. Caleb can throw any throw in the NFL. Like, Caleb, you got to get better at the timing throws, the dump offs, the slants. Like, you got to just release that. Let that ball go, man. Every once in a while, you're going to throw a pick. It's going to happen. Now, listen, I love the fact that Caleb is one of the most – he doesn't turn the ball over. Like, he's one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the NFL when it comes to making sure the other team does not get the ball. But at some point, if you want to get better, you're going to have to learn from mistakes. And every once in a while, you're going to have to throw a pick. But yeah, snap the ball, throw it, Caleb. Snap the ball, throw it. Snap the ball, throw it. We haven't seen enough of that out of Caleb Williams. He's just hold on to the ball too long. And that was one of his knocks coming out of college. A lot of those sacks, 68 sacks last year, guys, were Caleb Williams' fault. You'd like to see him just get more comfortable under center and play action. He needs to get more comfortable.
Yeah, I think my worry here for this game, for the passing game, because I was, like I said, just looking at the weather, it's going to be like 20-mile-an-hour winds with a rain and snow mix. So I don't know if that's going to be at game time or after or before.
Yeah, I forgot. It's going to be really cold this weekend, man. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and Monday are going to be absolutely atrocious in Chicago, man.
Well, I'm going to be in the Bahamas, so I don't give a shit. But I do care because I think the run game is the key to the victory here.
For sure.
It's obviously the biggest weakness, and it's the best way to combat bad weather, right?
Yeah, Jason, I didn't know that. I'm glad you brought that up, because if those are the conditions, then the Bears need to run the fucking ball. You need to run the ball. If it's sleet rain, you got to run the ball, guys.
What was it, that Washington game where it was a little rainy? He had some problems with ball handling, and so did Dahlman as well. So
so did Jaden Daniel.
And so, well, yeah, I mean everybody did, but yeah.
Well, James, I'll say this: when it comes to separation, I do agree. The only person on the Bears currently not having issues is DJ Moore. And
to Sean's defense, guys, Sean said you need to run this offense through DJ Moore. Last Sunday against the Bengals was the first time they did, and then they scored 47 points. I mean, that's something I would definitely look into for sure.
Jebediah just went to the Bahamas on Sunday. I went to the Bahamas on Sunday for years.
It says just in his head.
Yeah, just in his head. I was like, man, Jebediah, you went every Sunday? That's amazing.
Yeah, dude. What do you do?
Yeah, Chai, Will, we all talked about this. We agree with you 100%. The Bears have to help Theo Benedette this week against Brian Burns.
Oh, they're going to have to.
Brian Burns
is
definitely
in the won't need that much help.
Conversation. No doubt about it. He's in the defense player of the year conversation. And then DJ says Aaron Rodgers is the closest comp to Caleb. Yeah, but, listen, Aaron Rodgers, you're also talking about a guy who had the best touchdown to interception ratio in the history of the National Football League. I mean, listen, I'm not saying go out there
for 3 years too.
Yeah, I'm not saying go out there and throw 3 picks a game, but you definitely like to see Caleb take more chances, because I think a lot of the times where he's running around in the pocket or getting sacked, it's because of the hesitation. It's the hesitation. Caleb, at some point you got to trust yourself, man. You got it. Like Sean said, even that Bengals game, guys, where we scored 47 points, it felt clunky. it didn't
Yep.
it didn't feel like there was a good rhythm, like a good flow. And I think the only way that's going to happen is if Caleb starts to play within the structure and timing of this offense. You've got to snap the ball and get it out of your hand like every other successful in the quarterback in the NFL does. And I think at some point that's going to start to happen more and more for Caleb. The more he trusts his players and his coach, I think. And you guys, this offensive line's only getting better. Man, we haven't even talked about Jonah Jackson. Jonah Jackson in the last 3 weeks has been an absolute stud muffin.
We
Stud
trash
muffin.
talked him the first 5 games.
Dude,
Hey,
he
you know
is-
what? He's turned it around, and it's
Yeah.
good for him. It's good for him.
Yeah, I think he's just getting comfortable at right tackle. I don't think he played a lot of or right guard. I don't think he played a lot of right guard in his career. And the more he plays,
it also
the more
helps having
comfortable he is.
Darnell Wright next.
Yeah,
to
I was gonna say, and having a guy who is definitely going to be an All Pro and a Pro Bowler this year, Darnell Wright. I mean,
if he's not a Pro Bowler this year, man,
they hate the
be
Bears.
an All-Pro. and a Pro Bowler.
they hate the Bears because he's getting national attention now, guys. I mean, that play that pancake block he had on Sunday has been shown on almost every national sports show in the United States of America. I mean, he
almost took out DJ Moore though.
He destroyed Shamar Turner. I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
Jason. He missed his. They missed his leg. DJ's leg by like 3 inches.
I think Rome Odunze, or James says, what do you think of Rome Odunze's father's comment about trading him? I think his dad's an idiot.
I think his dad needs to
he's
shut up.
having a great year.
Just shut your
He's
mouth.
under contract. They're not going to trade.
Well,
He's on a rookie contract.
he leads the team in targets, dude.
And touchdowns.
receptions.
And touchdowns. Like, dude, what do you want? You
Your
want him to
team is winning. Why are you complaining?
like
Yeah.
these 11 targets a game are not enough. I want him somewhere else. Like, yeah.
Well, didn't
shut
his
the fuck
dad
up.
bitch about something last year too? That got
No,
I
everyone
think
Caleb.
so, yeah.
No, it
Oh.
was somebody else's dad who bitched.
No, it was Rome Odunze's dad. He bitched last year about something.
Was
I
it
can't
him?
remember what it
Was it
was.
him?
Yeah,
Yeah, that guy needs
he,
to shut up.
he cried about something. And you know, coming into the draft, everyone was like, "Oh, Caleb Williams' dad's going to be a problem. He's involved in everything." 2 years, I haven't heard of Caleb's dad at all.
Hey, listen, just because you coach your kid in Pop Warner doesn't mean you know what the game of the NFL. We really don't know it either, guys. We're just, we're reading stats, we're watching as much tape as we can, but this isn't our main job. These guys, NFL coaches, during the year, they don't leave the team or the field. They don't go home. That's their whole life. They live, breathe, eat, sleep, everything football. Just because you ran what was that little giant score? Power I. You don't know football, dude. These guys know football. Your son is actually a really good athlete. He's a very good receiver in the NFL. I know we knock him here on the show every once in a while, but you're 5-3. He's leading the team in targets. They can't throw him the ball anymore. I mean, what do you want?
Yeah, 5 touchdowns. He's on pace to have 12, 13 touchdowns this season. I like these two comments here, guys. Notorious says Rome's dad just has low impulse control. Yeah, I think he's watching the game. Rome's not having a great game, so he just goes to his cell phone like a kid. And then I love this one. Jebediah says these NFL dads remind me of that show with the child pageant moms.
Yes.
They're just do yourself a favor, man. Your son's trying to build his career in the NFL. He's getting better every week. He's definitely gotten a lot better this year than he was last year. Just let him play football. But if anybody can help him achieve his ceiling, it's Ben Johnson. So just sit at home, watch the game.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. Rome Odunze blocked his ass off on Sunday.
Yes, he had a very good blocking game.
Dude,
Really
he
bad
was
receptions
amazing.
game.
Dude. Watching that all 22, I'm just watching him. Dude, he was. I didn't pick up on it during the game, but holy crap, what a great day of blocking by Rome Odunze on Sunday.
That's another thing.
The big numbers, the big receptions will get you the big contract, but blocking will keep you in the league for 20 years.
That's another thing. I love this comment by DJ Proffer here. I mentioned this on Monday, guys. He says Rome would have 1,200 yards on the Titans if that's what his daddy wants. Yeah, that's another thing I love about. I love how every time a dad does this, they just think that he's going to get traded to Matthew Stafford. He might go from Ben Johnson to the Titans or the Browns or
the Jets.
Yeah,
New Orleans.
Believe me, he is in an advantageous situation. And you know what? If Rome Odunze for the next 2-3 years leads the Bears in touchdown catches, which he's doing this season, he's going to make himself plenty of money. So just watch the game and shut up.
They paid DJ Moore $100 million. That's $100 million is what you're playing for. And I'm telling you again, blocking is how you stay in the league for 20 years.
Yeah. This is breaking news. Bruce says his dad's like Lonzo Ball. Yeah.
But you know whose dad is right that I would listen to is Marvin Harrison Sr. That guy actually knows
the murderer. The guy who murdered somebody. You guys, One Chain No Bracelet says, "What are you all most excited to see in this week against the Giants?" Yeah, I already said it. One Chain, I'm going to have my eyes on DeAndre Swift, and like if Jason said, if the weather's bad, you're going to see a lot of dump offs and a lot of running the ball, and the Giants have just not been good against pass catching backs, those athletic guys who get in open space, really good in open space. I think DeAndre Swift, if he plays this week, which I think expect him to, he had a limited practice to start the week. I think he's going to absolutely explode on Sunday. That's just me.
For me, One Chain is the continued progression of our highest rated defensive player against Cincinnati last week, and that was one Austin Booker. I want to hopefully continue to watch him hunt quarterbacks, get to quarterbacks, and cause chaos. My eyes will definitely be on him because the better he is, the better Montez Sweat will be.
I hope CJ Gardner-Johnson keeps up his immediate impact role and gets another sack and another, passes defend, because he had actually a pretty damn good game last week.
Yeah.
Oh, no worries, One Chain. No worries, man. Yeah, my player of the game. If you guys had to pick, Sean, you got Austin Booker as your player of the game. Mine's DeAndre Swift for sure.
No, not my player of the game. He asked who we're going to keep an eye on. I'm going to keep my eye on Booker.
Oh yeah,
because
that's the way I took it.
Booker's an X factor. Whether the Bears make the playoffs or not and lose in the first round, whatever. But Booker is a humongous X factor, and if that's going to happen. So.
Well, Sean, I agree with you 100% because the success of Austin Booker is going to have a lot to say about what the Bears do in the draft.
100%.
If this guy
100%.
ends up being one of the best premium defensive ends in football, that's something they can scratch off their list in the first 3 rounds. If Booker could be a guy who gets you 12, 14 sacks a season, which if you watch him on Sunday, guys, and I think he's very young, he's only going to get better. And they said that when he came out of KU, they said he probably should have stayed there for another year to perfect his all those sink moves, all those moves the defensive ends have to get really good at to be good in the NFL. And I think he's just perfecting them on the Chicago Bears. And I think by the end of the day, this guy could be deadly and could be one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. He's got the body for it for sure. He's built like a premium pass rusher.
I hope he does, so that when he does, we can say we were playing his little "fuck the Packers" clip from the very beginning before he was good.
Justin, I don't disagree. Like he says, if he ends up being a premium pass rusher, still draft defensive end.
I agree 100%.
100%. Yeah.
If he ends up being a premium pass rusher, I would draft the best defensive tackle.
That too. Yeah, you're not going to look. If you draft a premier defensive tackle or premier defensive end, you're going to be okay. It's not. I
want that Jalen Carter next to Javon Dexter. I want that guy. That's what I want.
Yeah, and Dustin believes, and he's going to be a premium pass rusher. I'm going to say the jury's still out. I think no matter what, I think he's going to be a good football player. Hopefully he does turn into a premium pass rusher. I mean,
can the Bears fans get lucky once? Can we get one 4th, 6th round pick that's like a Tyreek Hill? Can we get one of those ever? Can we just get one?
He just one-armed. He one-armed through a Hall of Fame
Orlando
tackle,
Brown,
like he was a baby.
Yeah, and the one thing he's got to clean up, don't celebrate, man. Locate the ball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sean, you saw that conversation on the sideline. His coach was like, "Hey man, awesome work, great job, but stop celebrating.
Don't do that ever again.
You need to go pick, either you pick that fumble up, or if somebody else does, you block. Well, he runs to the end zone. You need to stay in the play, man. Stay in the play. Keep your head in the play. Yeah, he's young. He'll learn that shit.
I'm really
like
excited.
Austin Booker a lot, man. I like him a lot.
Yeah,
man.
I'm really excited to see his continued development. I'm really, all in all, I'm really excited just to see the continued development of all these Bears. And yes, that includes Colston Loveland guys. I'm really excited to just hear, man. I've always been a Michigan
product.
Hey Kyle, you know this. I've always been a journey guy, and I enjoyed watching the Cubs grow from 2013, 2014, 2015 to that 2016. And I enjoyed watching the Blackhawks do this when they got eliminated by the Red Wings and they came out the next year in 2010 and took the league by storm. But it was fun watching that development. And no matter how good or bad it is right now, I am enjoying it. And I just hope that this entire roster just continues to develop. Ben Johnson continues to develop as a coach, because I still think there's a lot of growing pains with him as well, being a young coach and having to make these decisions and control the whole game, which we're going to see him continue to improve. and become one of the best coaches in football. In my
Yeah, Sean, I'm with you. You got to enjoy the
Yeah.
journey just as much as the destination. It's not a lot of teams are going to win 3 Super Bowls in 10 years, guys. Not every team is going to be the Chiefs or the Patriots. So if you got to enjoy the 6-7 years before you win that one, right? Because most teams just win one with their franchise quarterbacks. But yeah, Justin says begrudgingly, he's a grower, not a shower. TJ Prophet says we have our Theo Epstein and Ben Johnson. He is the analytical mind that can apply it to the big market. Yeah,
I agree.
DJ, I was just going to say those teams that you were talking about, Sean, the Blackhawks and the Cubs World Series in 16, watching that team develop. The common denominator is really good coaching staffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you know what, guys? I will say that even though this thing has not all come together the way we wanted it to, like they're obviously not Super Bowl contenders at this point right now, but this was the best Bears offseason in I can remember in a very, 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 very long time. Very long time.
Kyle J, just think about this. In about, say, maybe 2 years, we're going to be thinking back on here and thinking back like, remember when we had all these questions and now we are the Chiefs?
Yeah, remember when Kill was throwing 61% completion percentage, and now it's 74. Like, yeah, I love watching this team. I love watching the new guys like Austin Booker, and obviously I know this is the second year, but he's finally coming into his own. And Colston Loveland and Kyle Monunga and Shamar Turner was fun to watch when he was on the field. Obviously, it's unfortunate he had that torn ACL, but it's nice to watch what you could start to see the identity that Ben Johnson wants. And maybe it's not there yet, but you could definitely see the direction he wants to go. I mean, he wants this to be the Detroit. He wants this to be the most potent offense in the NFL. And no matter how bad this defense is at times, the Bears can outscore everybody. I think that's the trajectory they're on right now. I mean, they're 6th in the NFL in scoring, guys. And this is early in the process.
Hey, DJ.
Last thing, the most important piece is we're going to take the North and never give it back.
Oh, I remember fondly.
You still got to take the North.
Yeah, you guys, something we haven't talked about in this show is the Bears are a half game out of first place in the NFC North because of that stupid ass tie between the Packers and the Cowboys. But
Green Bay's going into Philly this week.
That
should be one of the games in the Pick Six, by the way.
Green Bay.
We get the Giants and they get Philly. Could the Bears be winning the NFC North by Monday morning, guys?
Yeah, but you know what? The Lions are playing Washington without Jaden Daniels, so they're probably.
Well, the Lions are playing Washington. Period. I don't care if Jaden Daniels is there.
Yeah, and I'll be perfectly honest with you guys. I showed you this pre-show. I'm gonna show everybody else right now. Here's my favorite fan of the weekend, and I hope we get some Philly fans out there that are just like this guy. I love that guy. It's my favorite football fan this weekend. This past weekend, right there. Love that guy.
Justin says
that's AI. You know how I know that's an AI image? All those Packers fans are skinny.
You guys, Dustin Jones says maybe Ben Johnson is more of a Brad Stevens. Goes from coach to the front office after a few good years. ? Sets this team up for success for the long haul. Yeah, I mean, even if it's more than a few years, it would definitely be awesome to have Ben Johnson stay on this team and continue to work in the front office. I think he's going to go down as, if not the best, one of the best Bears coaches of all time. Notorious says, please feed Colston Loveland. He's a big play machine. Yeah, I think Colston Loveland, that was kind of his welcome to the NFL moment, and I think you're going to see him involved in this game plan a lot more as the season goes on. And you guys don't forget about Luther Burden. I mean, after the Kyle Monunga and Colston Loveland game against Cincinnati, people are kind of forgetting that Luther Burden's still on this team. I think at the end of the day, that guy's going to be an absolute stud muffin. Chai Wilson says, did you all hear anything about Jalen Johnson? You guys, from what I've heard, Jalen Johnson's earliest return is week 14. That's the earliest he would return is week 14. It might be in a season.
And if we sign Asante Samuel Jr., it'd probably be longer than that because there's no need to rush him back at that point.
Here, and I'll tell you too, Kyle, that comment was last year, Roma Dunze's dad, who came out and said when they missed him wide open in the end zone that the Bears were not using him enough. He took to social media.
Let's all never talk about
his dad's more of a pain in the ass than Carl Williams. And like I said a few minutes ago, everyone's like, this Carl Williams is going to be a big problem. He's involved in everything, Caleb. 2 years, man. I haven't heard a thing from Carl Williams. Not one piece.
It's so silly because he's not like in the locker room. He's not in the meeting rooms. He's not at practice. He's not like right now during the season. These players don't do much. It's not like the NBA of the 80s. We're all like out doing coke and banging hookers. These kids are just playing football, learning football. They live breathe, and sleep football. I'm telling you, when you're dealing with this much money, you don't mess around. I'm sure there's some guys, doing it here or there, but they're not starting on teams.
Yeah, Nate Davis. Yeah, unless you're an idiot.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Jason. These guys know that they're about to make generational wealth, and they don't want to fuck that up, and they shouldn't. You guys, One Chain says, I'm finally watching these games that are suspenseful and coming out on the right side of it. First time in recent memory. Yeah, I don't remember the last time the Bears were winning games like this, guys. I really don't. And then DJ.
Here, I'll tell you this: if the score
Kyler
is
playing,
the Bears have never won a game like this in franchise history.
Yeah, the Kyler Murray, DJ Prophet, I'm glad you brought the Kyler Murray injury concerns me even more than the Jalen Johnson. I think the Jalen Johnson's injury is kind of a one-off thing because he's been pretty healthy throughout his career. Kyler is getting to the point where we got to start talking about maybe being injury prone, and that's scary because he is one of the most talented players on this roster, and he just can't stay on the field. Justin says there's a lot of guys in the NFL that mess around. Yeah, and it usually doesn't end up well for any of them. You guys, I think Antonio Brown probably had another 5, 6, 7 years left in his career, but he just couldn't.
They're gone. The league takes care of them.
After Le'Veon Bell did that holdout thing, he was never the same player again. I mean, you guys, there's a reason that people say the NFL stands for not for long, because it's just you don't get many opportunities. It's a privilege to play in the NFL. What Jason, you said it, 0.0000001% of the population who plays football makes it to the NFL. So when you get there, you better not take it for granted and make every single moment, make it all worth it, man. DJ Prophet says so many players are just cashing a check. Yeah, I think a lot of guys do. I think a good example for Bears fans is why am I drawing a blank on Eddie Jackson? I just feel like after that guy signed that contract, he just started making business decisions, and it didn't really work out well for Eddie Jackson because he's kind of becoming the laughing stock of the NFL when it comes to
other than Russell Wilson, quarterbacks typically don't do that, though. You know what I mean? Because a quarterback can sign a $100 million contract. They play again, it's going to be a $200 million contract. They play well again, it's going to be $300 million.
Fuck yeah, man! You should squeeze every dollar out of this league you possibly can. I mean, you guys, I don't know if Le'Veon Bell made as much money as Chase Daniel. And that guy started like 8 games in his career. And then Notorious Guys, he says, yeah, I bet Rome told his dad to chill. I agree with you, man. I think I said that. So I think the second he saw that, he was like, hey, Dad, do me a favor.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Or create a burner account where it's a different name. Do something, but don't.
Notorious says, I was on a Bengals podcast and they were blaming their defensive liabilities on their players going to strip clubs. Not kidding. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me because that team,
it looks like it.
Talk about making business decisions. That team can't tackle somebody if you literally offered them a $200 million contract for one game.
I mean, are the strip clubs in Cincinnati that great? I mean,
guys, Mountain Smashers called for a Caleb Williams rushing touchdown this week. He says Ben Johnson calls a bootleg keeper inside of the 5 for the first touchdown of the game.
We're marking that down.
You know that Caleb Williams has the most over 20-mile-per-hour runs out of all the quarterbacks in the NFL?
This year or last week?
This year. He also did last year, too.
And DJ says if Kyler cared about squeezing everything out of his sports career, he would have played baseball. I think he's talking about Kyler Murray. And then he says he wanted the most money, the fastest. Yeah, probably.
Well, here, guys, I'm going to be honest.
Legacy.
That practice tape in Arizona, Kyler Murray looks fine. He
is too. He is.
He did not last year. I'm wrong.
You guys, the Arizona Cardinals came out as an organization came out and said this is not a soft benching. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
yes, it is. Yes, that's absolutely what it is. You know why? Because if this team looks as good as they have, and obviously they're not lighting the world on fire, but the way they've looked recently compared to earlier in the season, and they went and benched Jacoby Brissett after their winning football games, the fan base would absolutely destroy them. Destroy them.
And I'll be honest with you, the offense looks better.
Marvin Harrison looks like a good NFL wide receiver.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's give our score predictions. What do you got? What do you got, Sean?
Yeah,
we'll start with Jason. Jason, what do you got, man?
I'm going to say 28-17, the Bears.
28-17. Yeah, I don't know if the Bears defense can hold them to that low. I think the Bears score over 30 in this game. I don't think it's going to be 40.
What did you say, Jake? Sorry.
28-17.
I think the Bears are going to win this game 34-26.
34-26. Well, boys.
And I don't think it's going to be that close. I think that's going to be like a last-second touchdown by the Giants because the game is over and the Bears let them walk down the field. I think it's going to be one of those situations.
Oh, that could be, yeah.
Well, the Giants are 0-5 on the season, and I have a point differential of 158-109. They kept it close versus Dallas and Denver, lost by 15 to Washington, 12 to New Orleans, and 18 in their last road contest against Philadelphia. They're giving up about 32 points a game.
They're giving up on the road.
I'm going to take the Bears. Oh, boy. I'll do this. I'm going to take the Bears 27-17.
So almost the same scores. GJ Profit has the Bears winning. DJ Profit has the Bears winning 41-21.
I have him down already. We're going to do the pick six next, guys. You know what? I'm going to change it, get a little away from Jay. I'll go 30-17 Bears.
Breaking news, Bruce has Bears 35-15.
35-15.
Mikey, Relentless Mikey has the Bears 35-17.
Mikey Bears 35-17.
Vizzo Joe has the Bears 31-24.
Vizzo 30. What was it?
31-24.
31-24 Bears. I almost went with something very similar to that.
Jebediah says Bears 40-0 at halftime. Giants forfeit.
All 40 points are safeties.
I agree, Dustin. The Giants are not good. This is a team you need to beat the shit out of. Melon Smasher says Bears 34, Giants 17.
Melon Bears. What was it again, sir?
34-17 Bears.
34-17. Jed didn't really give one, did he? Give a final.
No, I just put him down for 40-0. Dustin says better take care of business at home. The Giants aren't good. Agree with you 100%, Dustin. Notorious says, sorry for looking past the lowly Giants, but question, who will be the starting QB when the Bears face the Browns later this year? Gabriel, Sanders, or Watson? I think it's going to be Gabriel for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him a shot.
Can I say something about that really quick?
No.
I've been very impressed with Shedeur Sanders and how he's handled the situation.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't be getting interviews as a third-string quarterback, but it's not his fault.
About troublesome dads.
No, but you want to know too, that interview, that thing when he met the kid a couple of weeks ago, and the kid was like, "Oh, you should be the starter," and he explained it to the kid and everything, and I was like, "Wow, man, this dude's coming a long way. He's humbled himself, and maybe he gets a shot." I'm going to say Sanders versus the Bears. That's just going to throw it out there.
I mean,
I'm starting to get in the kid's corner.
Guys, Gabriel hasn't been terrible, though.
No, yeah.
I don't think he's done anything to necessarily lose the job. I mean, you guys, it's not like the Browns are loaded with talent.
They don't have any offensive.
You can't be like, why isn't Gabriel throwing 300 yards and 3 touchdowns a game? Well, because your team sucks. Because your team sucks. That's why you're not throwing 300 yards.
Well, Gabriel's another short quarterback.
Go look at
5'9".
Do yourself a favor. Go look at Joe Flacco's numbers on the Browns and then look at his numbers on the Bengals. That's the difference between having playmakers and not having playmakers.
Dylan Gabriel's height. Yeah, he's 5'11". He's another short guy, man.
Listen, I'm not saying he's the future of the Browns. I'm just saying, like, for the Browns to be like, we're going to bench you. And he's like, oh, why? Just out of curiosity. What's the answer?
Because this guy might be better than you. I don't know.
Might be better than you. I don't know, man.
Let's see. Where's Dylan Gabriel at? We had this up earlier. Let's bring it back up here. Where is Dylan?
I don't like any of them, guys. I'm not saying Gabriel's good. I don't think Shedeur Sanders is going to be very good either. I don't think either of them are going to be like
28
franchise quarterbacks. But yeah, I mean,
Ugh.
where was
Williams?
Sean? Where was Joe Flacco when he was on the Browns? Probably right there, right? You guys, Joe Flacco was terrible on the Browns. I have David Njoku on my fantasy team, and he couldn't get him the ball if he put a gun to his head. He wasn't good on the Browns.
The biggest thing that surprises me on this list is catchable throw rate. Look who's number 8.
Spencer Rattler.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but he's got 93% from 0 to 9 yards, so that helps.
So that skews your.
He's dumping off to a running back a lot.
I mean, but he's not terrible from 10 to 19 either, over 70%. But man, he is the worst deep ball thrower in the NFL outside of Michael Penix, according to this chart. Oh, wait, no, Geno Smith's up there too.
Geno Smith's really bad at the deep ball, man. You know who else I'm really surprised at? Baker Mayfield at 45%, man. That's actually pretty surprising to me, man.
Well, who's he throwing to? there's nobody left.
Yeah, I guess that's true too.
I mean, Mike Evans makes your deep ball look a lot better, I'm sure. Yeah.
Wait, look at Patrick Mahomes, 48%. That's not stellar.
Hey, he doesn't really throw a lot of deep balls, though.
Jared Goff, 46%. That's not,
That's kind of surprising too.
Yeah,
it just goes to show you how hard it really is to throw a deep ball in the NFL.
Well, and these are skewed guys because Bryce Young and Kyler Murray and Sam Darnold are the top 3.
Yeah.
I mean, get out. Nobody wants any of those guys to be their quarterback. So
you know what, Notorious? I forgot that Deshaun Watson's still on that team, and I actually saw him. I saw him in a video recently. Like he's about to come back or something.
I was gonna say, is he healthy?
I think Justin.
They want him gone.
I think Justin's right about the Saints. He says Rattler is a solid QB. Saints bench him because they want the number 1 pick. I think the Browns should be headed in that direction as well.
Yeah,
maybe that's why they keep Dylan Gabriel on the field.
Yeah, that could be
because I think the Giant or the Browns and Saints should both be trying to vie for that number 1 pick in the draft, and they both should be replacing all of their quarterbacks. And to be honest with you, Notorious, I think the Browns are just done with Deshaun Watson. I think they're done with him. I think
they should be.
Outside him not being very good since he's been on the Browns, I think they think he's just a piece of shit.
Let
me ask you guys this: was the Carolina Panthers a trap game? Did the Packers overlook Carolina because they were playing Philadelphia on Monday night?
No, Jordan Love played his worst game ever of it. I mean, those passes, some of those passes, guys, were just
Jordan Love did Jordan Love things. Yeah,
Jordan Love did Jordan Love
guys. That drop pick in the end zone, Sean, the one we watched where the Panthers should have picked that pass off clearly.
I love that.
That is one of the worst throws I can remember in the history of football.
Yeah, 100%.
One of the worst throws I've ever seen.
Kyle, we looked at each other a couple times like, I can't believe they actually caught that thing.
Yeah, like he threw 4 or 5 passes that very well in the NFL could have and should have been intercepted.
Jordan Love sucks my left.
DJ Canales is a good coach. I don't know if he's a great coach, but he's a good coach.
Yeah, you guys, you talk about.
I like Dave Canales a lot.
I'm glad Dustin made this comment here because the Packers are winning the division and they've lost games to the Browns and Panthers and they tied the Cowboys. The 3 non-playoff teams from last year, really the Packers have lost or 2 or tied. The Bears' 3 losses have come against teams that were in the playoffs last year and by all accounts have damn good rosters.
Yeah.
Minnesota Vikings, the Baltimore Ravens, those are good rosters.
The stupid Packers.
Those are damn good rosters.
Busted my fucking against the spread parlay this week. Bastards, dude. Like you lost at home to Carolina, dude. I took them to cover the 6.5. They couldn't cover 6.5 at home versus Carolina. Here, Green Bay, right here. Jesus Christ. It's unbelievable how bad Jordan Love sucks ass.
And you guys don't quote me because I obviously have no idea what's going on the side of the walls at Lambeau.
Have a good one, Joe.
But I think Matt LaFleur's patience is probably starting to wear a little bit thin with Jordan Love. I mean, Dustin's right. They play to their competition. Jordan Love has games where it's like, this is not the guy I watched on Sunday night who was 19 for 19 for 240. Like, right. I don't know if that guy's like hanging out late on Saturday nights sometimes, getting drunk or something. But man, he's like, he's Jekyll and Hyde.
If I just had a better quarterback, we would be dominating.
If I had Caleb Williams, if I just had Caleb Williams. Yeah, and how about the Vikings having Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones on their roster before the season started? Oof. You guys, we got a new joiner here. I've never seen this name before. Steve Sweetness says, Sean,
hey, what's up, Steve?
Says, never bet on your enemies. Yeah, Sean, don't stop betting on the Packers, man.
Dude.
Take them out of your bet. The only bet you could take for the Packers, Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown. And I don't think that should happen. Did that should happen on Sunday?
No.
No, I think he did. I think he did score a touchdown.
Did he?
I think he did.
One of the 2.
Yeah, I think he did.
Did he really score a touchdown? I can't remember. I'm going to look right now. Fucking stupid Packers.
Prophet says people are going to start putting respect on JJ's name eventually.
I don't know.
I don't know. JJ McCarthy is a conundrum.
3 games.
Man.
He did 87 and a touchdown.
I can't figure out what to. JJ McCarthy is just a conundrum for me. I can't tell if he's going to be good, average, or bad. I think he might end up being Alex Smith.
3 games and 2 major injuries.
Oh shit!
Oh, hello.
Why don't we just chase the chat away? Show my ugly face. What are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Ah!
There it is. I had to hit like one of those hotkeys that changed it. I don't know.
All right, let's do this pick six.
I was gonna post a comment, but I screwed it all up.
Yeah, JJ, it's Notorious says JJ needs to prove more to me. Beating us in the Lions.
Yeah, he has to
prove
Week
but
one,
such a small
yeah.
sample size.
Here, I will say this. That was really
Yeah,
impressive.
Steve, thanks for joining the show, man.
It was really impressive.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked good, but the Lions defense looked like trash.
Yeah.
And then not just against JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, they did look bad.
Ball down the Lions' throats as well. Steve, thanks for joining the show, man. We appreciate you, brother. I love the picture there, man, with the he's been a Bears fan for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That is, he's got the old classic Walter Payton
Love
sweatshirt
that.
jersey on, man. Fucking love it. All right, Sean, let's do some pick six shit.
Last week Kyle was the big winner. We had a plethora
Yeah,
of,
Dallas kept me from a perfect week, man.
he did. He was 5-1. We had a plethora of 4 and 2s, and unfortunately, Melon and I were 3 and 3. Boo. We'll try and be better this week.
Steve Sweetness says that was me at the age of 7. Yeah, I love the picture, man.
That's awesome.
Shit, dude. Yeah, that's like people
Great
sometimes.
picture.
Sometimes guys, people will come up to me and be like, "Man, maybe it's time to retire that Cubs hat." I'm like, "No, that shows you that I've been a fan for 30 fucking years. I'm not."
Well, let's get it kicked off, man. We're gonna
Bears,
kick off
man.
it. We're gonna kick it off with the NFC North and the Baltimore Ravens visiting the Minnesota Vikings. JJ McCarthy and Lamar Jackson and the Vikings are 4.5 point dogs at home.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens. I'm with Prophet and Bruce here, man.
I'm taking
going
Ravens.
If the Ravens
Me
lose
too.
another game, they're in trouble.
It's a wake-up game for McCarthy. Like, hey, it's not as easy as you think it is, buddy.
Oh yeah, and since they got Roquan and Kyle Hamilton back, they look like a completely different defense. Now, granted, that's against the Bears and the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins obviously suck, but since they got those two guys back, they look like a different defense.
DJ, you were also 4-2 last week, my friend.
Sean Dustin has the Ravens.
Everybody's got Ravens.
Let me get Dustin. Dustin's obviously picking the Bears.
Notorious
Bears.
has the Ravens. Steve Sweetness has the Ravens. Hey, Steve, you got the Bears?
Steve.
Don't nullify that great picture.
Steve and who was the other one? Notorious?
Notorious has the Ravens. Melon Smasher has the Ravens. Jebediah has the Ravens. Relentless Mikey has the Ravens.
Oh my God! Hold on. Everyone has the Ravens. I'm just going to put the Ravens on everybody. Steve.
Sean, you need to
Bears.
print a spreadsheet so the names are already in there, so you don't have to write the names down every fucking week, man.
Yeah, you know what? I should work on that in my free time.
He's got a bunch of sheets spread out on his desk right now. What are you talking about?
Sean, you got everybody?
Hold on. Ravens. Judd has the Ravens.
Mikey's got the Ravens. Melon's got the
Melon's
Ravens.
got the Ravens.
You got Steve, Notorious, DJ, Dustin.
Bruce with the Ravens. All right. Well, I guess I didn't pick a game that people weren't going to disagree on, huh? Well, let's try this again, folks.
Sean, Steve also has the Bears.
I got him.
Mikey says it's called Microsoft Excel.
There's a free version called
Hey, man, I'm old school.
Sean, Jed says, Sean, you're doing great, man. Don't listen to the haters.
Thanks,
Hey, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I was at Sean's house on Sunday, and I'm like, I'm gonna go look at the sheet to see how I'm doing this week on the pick six. Sean, I don't know how you read your fucking handwriting. I don't know how you read. It's
like
not
a fucking doctor.
Does that say Dallas or Ballard?
You know what? I got so many to write down. I'm just flying through it really quick to keep up with everybody.
Yeah, you guys. DJ is gonna go
DJ
on.
Profit's actually taken.
No, he's taking the Ravens, man.
Oh, he said the team in purple. Ha ha.
Yeah,
I
they're
get it.
both wearing purple.
Yeah, I forgot that. Ha, ha, ha.
All right, Sean, what's the next game? Let's do this shit.
We got a good one. We'll get to the Packers and the Eagles here in a second, but we got a good one in South Florida. As the New England Patriots, Drake May takes his show on the road to take on Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bucks. The Bucks are a 2.5 point favorite.
Oh, that really means that New England is favored on there. Ugh. That's a
This is a
trap.
tough one, man.
Dude, Bruce says the Patriots. This is a tough one, dude.
Bruce?
This is tough.
Yes.
If the Bucks were healthy, it's a tough one. John Dustin's
You
got
know
the
what really
Bucks.
pisses me off about this game? This is a game that should have been at 325.
Yeah.
They have it on at freaking noon. Like, come on, guys. Recognize two good teams and switch this. They have the flex. Flex some shit.
All right, Sean. Breaking news: Bruce has the Patriots. Dustin has the Bucks. Melon Smasher has
Hold
the
on.
Bucks.
Dustin Bucks. Melon Bucks.
Steve has the Bucks.
Steve Bucks.
Mike has New England.
I'm taking Tampa.
Jay's going TB. I actually didn't write a name down for this person. Son of a bitch. DJ, Jay, Kyle, Dustin, Melon, Jed, Mikey, Bruce, Steve, and who the fuck is this? I can't read my writing today either.
I told you guys.
Notorious. This is Notorious. I'm missing
Yeah.
somebody. Who picked the Bears to win 30-17? Oh, that's me. That's why there's no name.
Yeah, I was 28-17 and you were.
Listen,
Sean,
man, I'm
Sean,
tired.
You got Jet on there?
I'm tired. I'm
You got Jet
tired.
on there?
Yeah, I got Jet on here. He's got the Bears and the Ravens, and I don't think I got his pick here.
Sean, Jed's got the Bucks.
Jed's Bucks, and then Notorious. I saw Notorious write something on here.
Yeah, he. I think he took the Bucks because he's hating on the Patriots pass catchers. So
DJ. Who DJ take?
DJ Profit is on the Pats.
DJ's on the.
Oh no,
Pats.
Notorious is taking the Patriots. Sorry, man.
Notorious is taking the Pats. All right. Man, I'm going to do. Oh, God, I'm so conflicted in this game. I'm going to stick with my boys because for fantasy purposes, I need Baker Mayfield and Emeka Ibuka to tear things up. So let's go, Buccaneers.
I just offered Goldman a trade for Ibuka, but he never replied back.
He's not going to trade you.
That's
That's
his
his
keeper,
keeper
bro.
for next year, yeah. I tried to get him from him last week before he decided to trade, and he's like, that's my keeper. And he goes, if you offer me a 1, I might change my mind. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that.
You know what? This game is so close to me, too close. I'm going to take the Bucks because they're at home. I'm taking.
All
the
right,
Bucks.
we have
It's just
Mikey,
too
Bruce, Jebediah.
But just the thing that scares me is the
Jebediah was on Bucks.
Oh, I have him at the Bucks. Sorry,
the
Melon.
thing that scares me is that Bucks porous run defense. That's what scares the shit out of me.
Yeah. And coming up a bye, hopefully they'll be ready to go at home. It's going to be a nice 85 degrees for that football game, too. I'm going to be jealous when it's 33 this Sunday.
It should be. I think that's going to be a high scoring game. All right, Joe, what's the next game on the docket?
Sunday Night Football, another 3-point spread and a critical tilt in the AFC between the 6-3 Chargers and the 5-3 resurgent Pittsburgh Steelers. The Chargers come into this game.
Damn, Sean, you're picking some tough ones.
3-point favorites.
You're picking some, dude. If that Steelers defense plays the way they played on Sunday, they scare the
DJ says
shit out of them. Sean, breaking news: Bruce has the Steelers. DJ's got the Steelers.
I got a veer off from you guys, so I'm gonna say I'm going with the Chargers. I'm gonna go. Man, two good coaches, two good teams. I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
Sean, where is
Chargers are at home. Chargers are at home.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go Steelers.
Steve Sweetness has the Steelers.
I just don't like. I mean, the Chargers have lost their entire offensive line. It's insane. I've never seen anything. Every week they got a new offensive lineman laying on the fucking floor. Mikey's got the Chargers. Steve has the Steelers.
DJ's got Steelers.
Jed's got the Chargers. DJ's got DJ already said his. Sorry. Dustin, did you pick anybody?
Dustin
Notorious says, "Give me the Chargers at home."
Notorious, where did I put him? He's got LAC. Biggie.
So wait, who did Dustin pick?
Dustin picked Pittsburgh.
Dustin's going.
Sorry, I read him say Jekyll and Hyde Steelers.
Yeah.
Sean Melon Smasher's got the Steelers.
Oh, Melons, Pitt.
Okay. Yeah, Mikey says that team is resilient. Yeah, it's so tough to pick against the Steelers if that defense is playing well, man. And the Chargers' offensive line has just been destroyed.
I think I'm. I think I'm good. God, this
Yeah.
is tough.
Yeah, this is gonna be nobody's having a nobody's having a good week.
I'm gonna
This
take
is
it.
tough.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. I'm gonna go. I don't want to, but I'm going to.
I don't want to either. I hate rooting for Aaron Rodgers, but I have to go.
You're gonna go Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
All right, Jason, you took the Chargers. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Dustin says the Chargers just traded for Penning. Kind of an under the radar trade. He'll be good for them.
Trade for who?
Penning.
Oh. Okay. Let's see. What else? I would say Detroit and Washington, but that's kind of a gimme.
No, yeah.
Sean, what about who's playing Arizona? Is that Seattle?
Arizona and Seattle. They're in Seattle, and Seattle is a 7-point favorite.
Yeah, if they're in Seattle, I don't like that game. Give me some more game. Give us some more options here.
Houston and Jacksonville is a 2-point spread in
Yeah, fuck that
Houston. Buffalo's a 10-point favorite.
Who the
You got the Jets in Cleveland. It's a 2-point spread, baby.
oh
God,
god.
what-
How about Rams and Niners? I like that, Melon. Let's go Rams and Niners. Fuck
Rams and Niners. We got
That's gonna
the-
be I think it's gonna be Brock Purdy, so
It's at San Francisco. San Francisco's
Big
current
divisional matchup.
a 5-point dog. And yes, Notorious, that is a toilet bowl, man.
Yeah.
Bruce's Niners.
Bruce has the Niners.
Yeah, Purdy's playing. I'm gonna say Niners.
Jebediah says Jets and Cleveland game of the week, boys. Yeah. DJ's got the Rams.
DJ Rams.
Jason.
Jason?
I took 49ers.
Niners.
Dustin says Rams. Dustin's got the Rams. I'm going to take the Rams too.
I'm going Rams too. I'm definitely taking the Rams.
Mikey's got the Rams. Notorious says the Niners.
There's some good games this weekend, man.
Jed's got the Rams. Stafford is on fire. Stafford's got 9 passing touchdowns in his last 2 games.
Did you say Steve?
Steve has not put it in here yet.
Hey,
Okay.
Dustin, I also said the Seahawks were going to be good, and I also got laughed at. So
Sean-
I'm with you, buddy.
Sean Mellon's taking the Rams.
Got Melon. I got Melon, Dustin. I'm taking the Rams. Kyle, I don't have you.
Rams. Steve's taking the Rams.
Rams, Steve, Rams. Bruce, I got the nine. I didn't know he was taking the Niners. 3, 4, 5. All right, and that leaves us for the final one of our pick 6. We got them Philadelphia Eagles heading up to Green Bay, I should say, to
No.
take on the Packers.
Yeah, I want to go. I'm going Eagles. Fuck the Packers.
And here, guys, Philly's coming into this game as an underdog. Currently, they sit
Good.
as a
Good.
3-point underdog.
Well,
Good.
that's just going to piss them off.
Yeah, good.
I'm taking Philly too. I'm
Fly, Eagles,
Sean,
fly.
Dustin and Bruce have the Eagles.
How did that one lady spell Eagles? E-L-G-A-R-G-M.
DJ's
mayor.
DJ's taking the pack. DJ's taking the Packers.
DJ, where's DJ? DJ's got the pack.
Mellon's got the Packers.
Melon has got the pack.
Jed's got Philly.
Philly.
Dustin's changing his to the Packers.
Ooh, fuck Green Bay.
Steve's got the Eagles.
Philly.
Notorious has the Packers.
Pack. Well, this one's a good split. Bruce, did Bruce put one in?
He said Eagles.
Notorious. I'm picking the Packers just to jinx them. I love your thinking, dude.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, Notorious.
I think that's everybody.
Mikey's got Philly.
Mikey.
He's got Philly.
Mikey's the only one. All right. Well, we're all set then, because that is everybody.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for the active chat, guys. You guys are all involved today, man. This is gonna be a damn good week. Could pick 6 of them.
Yeah, I can't wait to check this out. There's some really good football games this week, guys, man. I mean, this pick 6, all 6 of these games are going to be really, really good, man. So,
well, last week, what was there, like 6 games that were decided by one score or whatever? 6.
Yeah, there was there 3 overtime games last week?
Yep.
3, 2
Yeah,
or
the
3.
games just going into the week weren't like attractive. Like, oh, I'm gonna watch this one. This week there's pretty much all these in the pick six. Like, I want to sit down and watch all these football games.
Yeah, this
And I'll
might
be
a
honest,
damn
the
good
Eagles
week.
or the one we didn't take, the 8:30 game across the world is Atlanta and the Colts. Has potential to be a pretty good game. You got Taylor and Bijan in that game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, the Falcons. This is it, guys.
Yeah.
Like, you're running out of time, Falcons. If you're going to establish yourself as a competitive team, the NFL is vying for a wild card or playoff spot. You better start winning some fucking games.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Eagles Penix has got to get this done. And honestly, for my fantasy football team, Bijan needs to get it going because his last 2 weeks have left a lot on that on the table. So come on, Bijan, return to that MVP you were the first few weeks of the season. Please,
Hey,
please.
Dustin's asking what we're doing for the Niners game in December.
7:20, 3 days after.
I love it, Steve. Steve says, speaking of pick six, Love is going to throw a pick six against the Eagles. Book it. I hope so. God, I hope.
I love it, Steve.
Love
I'm
it.
telling you, man, Steve, he should have thrown 4 last week. Sean and I watched that game. I even like that one to Christian Watson, that 50-yard pass down the field. That was a gimme. That was a up for grabs ball. And somehow the shitty Panthers secondary didn't come down with it, but that pass should have been picked off.
Okay, Dustin, we're going to figure out
Yeah.
something. I was also trying to figure out something for this Bears-Packers game on December 7th. So we'll figure out something. That's a 7:20 game 3 days after Christmas. That might have some implications on whether the Bears make the playoffs or not.
Or maybe the
So that'll
Packers
be a
make
lot
the
of fun.
playoffs.
Yeah. So that's going to be a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get
Yes.
something going on.
Mhm.
I'm drinking 9. well, boys. This has been a great show.
Oh, Sean, you guys. First, I'd like to apologize. Sean and I were supposed to be in the North Side 9 Saturday to do a season recap and a 2026 preview. It didn't work out. We have a special guest coming on Saturday. He guy who works for the Cubs directly, guys. He couldn't be there, so we're going to switch it. The plan is this Saturday.
Saturday, it is.
Correct, Sean?
It is, and if it doesn't happen because of his schedule, like yesterday, he was in Iowa State doing the Iowa State college basketball game. So if it doesn't work out because of his schedule, I'm going to talk to him and see if I can get him to do a going into the season show instead of an end of the season show because it's starting to get a little bit too far away from baseball.
Just Gold Glover's named. Something to talk about there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But people aren't going to care, about baseball. Well, football's heating up.
Yeah, especially because free agency is about to begin for baseball.
Yeah.
They'll be signing new players. I'm sure the Cubs will be active on day one. They have $95 million to spend in free agency, so
Which they won't spend.
yeah, probably not.
Yeah, well,
no.
Hey, and also another footnote is the time has not been discussed with us yet, whether it's going to be at 8:30, 9:30, or 11:30, but I was told that the bare minimum will return after a couple week absence tomorrow. So stay tuned for that release tomorrow. And then stay tuned for Saturday. Hopefully we will have the show. If we don't, then we'll bump it to beginning of the season. But we'll definitely be back Sunday morning to give you a Bears preview at 10 a.m. right here on the network. After all the injury reports and everything is done, we'll chop it up and give our final thoughts before kickoff on a lakefront against the New York Football Giants.
Hey, Sean, I'll be in the Bahamas, but call me for that pregame show. I'll do it.
10 a.m. I'll send you the link. Just hop on with us.
Yeah,
at 10 a.m.
Fuck off, Jason.
Have fun.
Jason going to paradise, but we all sit in this snowy shithole of Illinois.
Yeah.
Have
fun, Jason.
Whose birthday is it, Jay? His sister-in-law or something?
No, it's my wife's friend's 50th.
Oh, okay. I will tell you this, Dustin,
Bahamas.
I will tell you this: out of everything that happened in that World Series, there was one person that I felt tremendously bad for, and that was Vlad Guerrero Jr. No one deserved that championship more than that guy.
They outscored the Dodgers.
Dude, watching him cry in the dugout after they lost that game, it literally kind of broke my heart because that dude played his ass off in these playoffs, dude. Like that was heartbreaking.
Notorious at 6-3 incoming for the Bears. God, I hope so. Notorious.
Hey, happy birthday, Mikey!
Yeah, Mikey's birthday is Wednesday.
Happy
Mikey,
birthday,
we'll
Mikey.
be on the show. Hopefully, you'll join us for your birthday. We'll
Yeah,
give you a birthday shout out.
Yeah, and Mikey, maybe you come out on Tuesday and see how we do it on our Tuesday.
Yeah,
We'll celebrate
yeah,
your birthday
yeah,
early.
yeah.
That's a long drive for you, though, hanging out with us boys.
Yeah, you know.
But we're gonna give 2 shouts out here before we put a bow on this thing.
Or
Who's
shout
ready?
outs, either one.
Yeah, sure.
Anything you want to get out there before we wrap up?
Shit, fuck Green Bay.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go.
Fuck yeah.
That a boy. Awesome. Awesome, Booker. Thank you again, man. Appreciate
Thank you.
it.
And
Oh,
my daughter's
thank you,
back here. She
Thank
wants
you.
you to give a shout out to everyone in the chat. She wants to say hi to
Uh,
everybody.
Hey,
What's up,
She's been
Avery?
hanging out
Hi,
listening
Avery.
to the
Hello,
show.
knucklehead.
And right before we get out of here,
But how come your
God.
best can't get better?
Yeah.
I love that. You know, he said he picked that up. That was something he learned in high school.
No, dude. So they did something on the score real quick before we head out of here.
Yeah.
Billy Williams. Now he's a notorious Cubs fan. Billy Williams Hall of Fame induction speech. He said that.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Oh,
he
no
did.
shit.
And they were speculating on the score that maybe his dad or maybe Billy, he just like picked it up from there.
I think his high school football coach Ben Johnson
was
took that from Billy
Yeah.
Williams and made it
Yeah.
a chant in the locker room.
Yeah.
How,
'cause
well,
he's-
how circular is that, dude? How insane is that?
Yeah,
Well, Ben
it's,
Johnson's also a really big Cub fan.
I
so-
could listen to that 1,000 times in a row and it still gets me fired up every time.
100%, dude. I love it.
I absolutely
I love it.
All right, guys.
All right, everybody.
Yeah, thank you guys. I'm
Thanks,
not
everybody.
going to go over all the names today because you guys are so
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
and there's so
yes.
many people in the chat today. We appreciate and love all of you guys.
Yeah, of course.
I love that, Jebediah. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, you guys take care of yourself so you can take care of each other. We love y'all. We'll see you guys hopefully Saturday. If not, we'll see you Monday after a Bears victory over the New York Football Giants on the lakefront.
It's a
Steve,
school night.
thanks.
Go to bed.
Steve, thanks for joining the show tonight, man. I don't know
Thanks,
if you've been on
Jaxson.
here before. If you haven't, welcome to 4-Star Chicago Sports. Please
Yeah,
hit that
yeah.
like and subscribe
Mhm.
button if you haven't already, guys.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. Love y'all. Jason, enjoy the Bahamas. Avery,
We'll see you
Yeah,
next
have a
week.
good
We'll
night.
see you the
Jason.
week after.
Avery, keep up the
Here.
good work. Congratulations on
Before
the
the chat
report
gets
card.
out of here.
All for me.
That was for you guys. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
tonight. Keep it coming. We'll see you back here Sunday morning.
Yes.
Peace and love.
Peace.
Bye.
Have a good night.
I think